Stop talking about comic books or I'll kill you. I don't care if the Hulk could defeat the Man of Steel.
The city of prosperity. Riches for some, but for the masses, scraping by is all they can do. Meet Bitna, it's a rough life with an even harder reality. Living in the roughest part of town, it looks impossible to make it big. But maybe she will find it in a simple dress. The Radiant Sight, a new romance story by Martin Fischer, now on Indiegogo.
Road Warrior Drake, launching on Indiegogo, featuring the artistic talents of Peter Gilmore, Vic King, and Simon Poitier. One of the most anticipated graphic novels this year, Street Champion Road Warrior Drake.
I'm bored.
Hey, kid!
Yeah?
Are you looking for something exciting to read while you enjoy some sugary cereal?
Yeah!
Then grab a copy of Mighty Mascots from Alterna Comics! Born from the ashes of a disastrous 3D printing accident, 8 living advertisements have banded together to right the wrongs of this world, led by a former child star. These unlikely heroes are freaks to some, but you will know them as the Mighty Mascots. The miniseries is 3 issues, full color, and printed on glorious newsprint. This is the fun superhero series that you didn't know you needed. Created and written by Keith Gleason, featuring artwork by Ian Morianto, and colors by Anton Bondi.
Ahoy, I can't wait for more!
Mighty Mascots is part of your complete breakfast and comic book reading experience. Only from Alterna Comics.
So what is your fun doing?
topic of vital importance. A subject of inquiry that cannot be ignored. It is a matter of life and death. It can be a road to safety or to ruin.
In an alternate version of our world, brought to the brink of total collapse, rival nations fight for global domination, and elite pilots in futuristic combat suits wage war on the battlefield of tomorrow. Now, 6 brave soldiers on a seemingly routine rescue mission will encounter more than they bargained for and uncover a dangerous secret that could change their world if they live long enough to see it. MAVERICS Origins Volume 1.
Now on Indiegogo.
Can somebody take the slide? Where's the? Oh, are we on? We're on. Oh, we're on. We're on. Hey, it's me. It's Marmalade. And yeah, well, it's time for my show again. I'm gonna have to hire some new people to do the show from now on. That's why we're a little late. That's why it's a little weird. But I can only pay $5 a week, so that's what I got.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Look, it's a raven! No, it's a plane! Wait, this is the wrong hero. Oh well, it may be the wrong hero, but he does all that anyways. This is the Canadian Shield!
A 26-year-old co-daddy.
Audio Jungle.
Yeah. Oh, aren't you an indignant
Those people. I'll be very loud about it. Those people.
You are gleefully graining your hands like some sort of Machiavellian supervillain.
That's a good strategy. It'll go very well for you.
What? The people that need to get help are the people like you!
That was great shit. Great job, Vicky and DA. You know, I didn't know what Vicky and DA were for, but now I do. That video was great.
Hello, everybody. This is Soy Rage, and welcome to my campaign, Creepsters. While digging for buried treasure on Perdita Cove Beach, a 12-year-old Max discovers a mysterious creature named Chomper, whose friends will lead him to a world of danger, adventure, and heroism. When Chomper's siblings wreak havoc in Max's seaside town, only Max and his new friend can save his sister Emma and the town by combining forces to fight the sinister Creepsters that wash up on the beach after an alien object splashes down on the ocean offshore. Creepsters is a loving tribute to the 1980s high concept, low budget comedy horror. A fast-paced story filled with romance, gore, fantasy, and a touch of science fiction that is a blood-soaked adventure which ultimately proves that family and friendship can overcome any obstacle. And be sure to order today on Indiegogo. Back Creepsters, coming to a town near you.
That's sick!
From Art Thibert comes the exciting conclusion to the Black and White origin saga. 60 pages of pulse-pounding action.
In a world where law and order are often blurred to gray, justice can only be black and white.
Man versus machine.
Welcome to Cosmic Comics, Games and Collectibles, your zen of geekism. We carry comics old and new, magazines, toys, games like Pokemon, Magic, D&D. Want Godzilla, Ultraman, Star Trek, Ninja Turtles, Funko Pops? You'll find it all here. Shop our Cosmic Sound Room and pick up a record or two. Enjoy our Comic Coffee Lounge with a cup of Sasquatch coffee or a delicious menu item while geeking out over a super cool movie on our big screen. Come by and say hello to Maui. Cosmic Comic, Games and Collectibles. Superman loves us, and so will you.
How long will it take Diana to
Ta-da! I had to run and grab some water. Welcome, everybody.
To the first ever episode of Hero Shack Press. You know what that means? We just rebranded. But welcome.
Is that what you named it? I didn't
Hero
know what
Shack
you
Press,
named
yes.
it.
Yes. So we've been doing Hero Shack Chronicles for about 3 years, but I never did number the episodes. And I realized people like numbers on shows. So this is our first episode of Hero Shack Press, which is our official company. Welcome one, welcome all.
Yes.
We're going to try some new things tonight. We actually have a real live guest, an author who we had the honor of hanging with this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, we'll bring him on. Diane is the real producer here, though. So before we do that, can you think of anything we need to cover before we go live? Well, we are live now.
Aren't we live already?
Yes, we are. We are really live.
We're really live. I don't know, honey. You kind of put this.
So Cluster Fudge 2 is
Yeah.
on Indiegogo.
Mm-hmm.
There is a link in the description. We're looking for backers now. I will tell you, I'm looking for a little bit of pity. I had a what's the word for someone who criticizes or doesn't like you? A retractor. Mock us for having only 9 backers. Now I'm not worried about it. We haven't done a lot of shows out there yet. We haven't gone on Pop's Big Show. And you know, when we do, I'm sure that'll go up. But I was like, man, I'd sure like to get a couple of backers tonight. So that's out there. And I'll tell you what, if anybody backs tonight, we'll throw some special bling in. What do we have available, honey? Do we have anything?
We have everything. I don't
So
know.
what do you want to throw in there? We have like Cluster Fudge art books from the first series.
Sketch cards. We can do T-shirts. We can do. I think we have some black and white art books. We have those. We also have. What else was I going to say, guys? It's been a crazy day for me.
It has. I know. I'm really pressuring you. The
Mm-hmm.
T-shirts. We can basically make custom T-shirts, right?
Yes. Yes.
We do
And
have a
we do.
Cluster Fudge
And I
T-shirt
do.
available.
Yes, we
Right.
do.
So let me share this real quick because I'm being negligent to the show if I don't. Let's see.
Okay.
Wow, am I still with you guys? Yeah, there you are.
Yeah, you are.
I got lost in my
I
own
need to
stuff.
get my paper.
Yeah. So let me pull this up.
All right.
Paper. So we right now have 9 backers.
Yeah.
Bing, boom. There we go. We're at $200. 40% fulfilled of the $500 flexible goal. Now, I want to tell you guys, I don't really like the flexible goal. I like the deadline of at least $500, or else you don't get the money because it adds a tension.
You can go ahead and throw me under the
However,
bus. Go
I
ahead.
will say this: Diana made a wise choice because we really don't know how popular Cluster Fudge 2 will be, and therefore, we know that whatever happens, the backers who have backed will get their books. This book is already made and it's ready to go. It's just waiting on a final count for how many we need, which is really exciting because I got to also tell you guys that I just finished Cyclopean 3 and I'm in the final stages of coloring it. And that is most awesome to me because this is all part of the Hero Shack Press plan to just keep rotating through books.
Right.
I want to do some one-shots and who knows what that'll lead to, but hey, you know what? I got to tell you, I think our guest is like waving his hand down there. Can you tell?
Yeah, he's probably going. Can I invite him in now?
You can do whatever you want. Okay, so wait a minute. I know how to do this, but I don't know how to do this. So live on Hero Shack Press, we're about to welcome Warren.
Onifer.
Oh no! You do it.
Onifer is how I would
Onifer.
pronounce it.
Are you sure?
Yes, he's giving me a thumbs up. It's Warren
Okay, here we go.
Onifer.
I'm going to add him to the stream.
Yeah.
Now, sir, you are.
That's Mr. Sir to you.
How
y'all doing, folks?
Awesome. You sound great too.
Well, and this is all very topical because you two and I and my con partner just met each other literally this last weekend, as you had mentioned. We had vendor tables literally right next to each other. So it's really great that we got along because we were stuck together, so to speak.
We didn't have a choice, did we?
Right. But we all got along, so it was good.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Well, one thing I
absolutely.
got to tell you that I appreciated about you was you had the same kind of attitude that we always have.
In what respect?
You were very friendly and kind.
Yeah.
And we try to do the same. And really, when two tables come together like that, it works out great. We've had stiffer neighbors before, and it's not as fun. I'll just tell you.
Well, but you know, the thing is as much as people want to get on and prove how edgy and cool they are, the fact of the matter is, in the real world, be nice.
That's right. That's right.
You know, I mean, our characters can be edgy and cool.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
That's
when
a
you're
good point.
meeting people face to face, be nice.
Mhm.
You know?
It does pay to be
So,
nice, that's for sure.
You are, like I've told our viewers right now, you are a writer and a creator. Why don't you tell us a little bit? Because Diana's read some of your work. I have not yet read it. So do you want to talk a little bit about it, honey?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I've read.
All I can say is the basic. I know the basic outlines, but you know a little bit more.
I've read 2 of the short stories, the first 2 that are in the short story book. Hey, Pops. Hi. And I really enjoyed them. I did. I have to reread them because I read them when I got home that night. Why am I front and center, Chris? Why did you do that? I don't want to be.
Because I'm typing and I don't want to be looking down.
Oh my God.
Just for a minute. It's a director thing.
It's a director thing. Yeah, he's a director. Give me strength. Anyways, yeah, I did enjoy. I enjoyed it. I want to reread it just because I read it when I was tired, and I kind of went, "Oh, this is really good. This is really good." It leaves me wanting to know more, which is what a great writer does, right? It leaves you wanting to know more of the story. Yes.
Well, I'm sorry. Do you have more to say? Because I didn't want to interrupt you, but I do want to add something.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, I purchased, it's a collection of short stories that I think alludes to your bigger books.
Yes.
Right?
Well, but in short stories, you got to get to the point quick. And in novel stuff, you can take your time. I will mention one thing. Yes, everyone go out and order the Tales of the Vampire Hadley Price Short Story Collection, Volume 1 on your favorite bookstore. But you can get a freebie version because I have a podcast, okay, where I read these short stories, and it's got sound effects and stuff. So it's not multi-actor, but it's me doing that, and that's called the Tales of the Vampire Hadley Price Short Story Collection Podcast.
Awesome.
And we have the Halloween episode coming out within a few days.
Very cool.
But thank you for your kind words.
Absolutely.
I do want to say Pops is in the room, or I think he's still in the room, and I don't know what the current total is, but we are working towards helping him get a PC. Now, I know they did a stream, a draw stream, so let me try to find his thing real quick. I'll see how he's doing. Basically, Pops runs comic-related madness, and he supports everybody. I mean, everybody. And his tower is slowly dying, and we all know it. We all hear it. And so we're kind of trying to fundraise him a tower, and I can't seem to find the link. Maybe that's good news. Maybe he funded it already. Let me see. Diana, talk for a second while I look.
I'm sorry. I was just answering somebody in the chat.
Hi,
he
chat.
said he can't hear us because Pops' computer is grinding.
Oh, no.
His PC is making funny noises.
Yes.
And so he's got a GoFundMe page up. And he's trying to collect a measly, great, Pops. He's at 280. He needs 700. He just needs to get the tower. He's got the monitor. He's got the mouse. He's got the headphones. He's got everything that he needs except the actual thing that he truly needs, the tower. To get things going. And he's got the big comic stream coming up, the CromCon Halloween stream. So
time is of the essence.
Yeah, we got to do that. Let me see. How do I do that? I want to get him in here. He wants to come in, Christopher.
So, honey, just the link. Hang on. Okay, wait a minute. First of all,
I'm so new. I'm still kind of new at this whole, I have power.
Hang on. I'm catching up right now. So let me share this real quick. And actually, Warren, this is a good guy for you to meet too, because I'm pretty sure, like I said, he helps promote everybody. So this is the GoFundMe. Diana and I have made a donation through Hero Shack, and we would recommend, if you support indies in any way, shape, or form, this is a good little cause to get behind. So what we want to do, honey, so you see where it says invite?
Where?
At the bottom of your screen.
Wait, I was in the YouTube stream. All right. Yes.
If you click that, it opens up, and then there's this thing that says copy. I just pasted it in YouTube, and I think it went to Facebook as well.
Okay.
Are you folks on MeWe?
Yeah.
No.
Are you?
I am not on. I might be.
No. I don't even know what that is.
On MeWe, but I'd never use it.
What is MeWe? I've never even heard of it. I'm gonna write it down.
MeWe is sort of like Facebook, except you can post anything and they won't stop you. Okay.
Yeah, I think I have an account there, but I don't think I've ever actually used it. Like, I think when one of those times when I got censored from Facebook and from Twitter, I think I did a MeWe.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, and that's the thing. I will say that I've only been on MeWe for, I don't know, a couple years now, and I've been on Facebook quite a bit longer. And I'm finding it challenging to get interaction on MeWe. On Facebook, I'm interacting all the time with, folks like you and especially like, when we got a con coming up, we're talking to each other all the time,
Yeah.
But it's free. That's why I'm on it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to break in your
There
house
you
and
are.
steal that hat. That's a way cool hat.
Pops, hello.
The hat. It's the hat club, baby. What's up? What's happening?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I just officially posted the
link.
Pops Needs a Tower link in the chat. If you guys are interested, Pops, can you give us a few minutes of your precious time to tell us what you do? I mean, I know I kind of touched it, but bro, you have your own testimony about the comic book world, and I'd love to hear it. And so would our viewers, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you, brother.
Yeah, that's you.
2 years ago this week, 2 years ago Saturday. Well, I'm going to say like probably about 2 years ago today, I got booted out of a comic group. I was just a fan, right? But I participated a lot in the group. Man, I still got ash all over my face. I did a little skit thing earlier, and I had to darken my beard. I'm still all dirty.
I can only imagine with you.
I thought I cleaned it up, man, but I still look pretty bad. Yeah, don't put me on post screen.
I hate when he does that.
But anyway, I got kicked out of the group, and I had participated heavily in the group, and I was just starting to promote people, and I think I got kicked out of the group for promoting people too much, and I was mad, and I was like, man, I ain't never gonna. I quit. I ain't doing Facebook no more. I'm done. And that MeWe thing that he was just talking about, yeah, I went and made one of them. I ain't never on that. I mean, I made one of all the platforms just in case I have to move to another platform.
Exactly. Plan B.
So, I mean, so it took me a few days of pissing and moaning and grumbling. And then I was like, screw it. I'm going to make my own group. And the Comic Related Madness was born on October 23rd, 2019. Which is Saturday will be our 2-year anniversary. So when we first started this group, I mean, it was a lot of my friends from the previous groups followed me. I mean, we had over 100 members almost immediately. Brian Polito, Michael Monty Moore, all kinds of really cool people joined the group right away, and we took off. But it was a look what I got today group. It was we showed off what we got. We showed off what we had or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then COVID hit. And COVID changed the whole game.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I had a group now of about 400 or 500 people, and a good third of them were creatives who suddenly didn't have cons to set up. They didn't have tables to set up.
Exactly.
They didn't have an income. It's April. It's April of 2020, and everything gets shut down on Emerald City, right? When Emerald City went down, everything like dominoes, bang, 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 bang. No cons. Well, I talked to my friend Brian Polito. I'm like, hey, yo, Brian, what are you gonna do? I mean, Brian's pretty well off. Brian's like, oh, I'm just gonna ship everything back to Phoenix. Have me an online sale this weekend. Sell all my Emerald City stuff. I was like, that's a great idea, but all my other friends ain't quite that set up. What can I do? April 2020 was the first CromCon. And Brian Polito was the actual final member. He did the final panel for us on Sunday night. And, you know, taught a whole bunch of us a whole bunch about Kickstarter and stuff right from the beginning of this. And that first, here you go. The first CromCon. Now, look, I had no previous organizational skills for any kind of YouTube shows. I didn't do nothing. Okay, I come out sometimes and went, look what I got. Okay, that was it. I had no con organizational skills. I had no online presence, anything yet, right? I had 3 full days of guests, and this is how good my organizational skills are. This is what I wrote these names down.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Now you'll see some names like Frank James Bailey, Pete Vasquez, okay, Keith Williams, Jack Russell, Adam Fields, William Samuel Quentin, Brian Silverbacks, okay, Will Conrad, Sean Howe, Jim O'Reilly, Larry Lee Stewart, Manny Soto, Jesse Bear. And that's Friday and Saturday. But this is my organizational skills. I'm writing this shit down on a paper plate.
I love it.
As people sign up to be part of CromCon. So Sunday, Mike Lilly. Let's see, who else we got there? I can't even see who that is. Who is that? I don't even know. Anyway, Alton Simpson, Michael DePascal, Michael Jason Stokes, Moto Glass is a vendor that makes awesome etched glass.
Did
stuff.
you have Jay Lipson too?
Yeah, Jay Lipton.
Jay Lipson. We know Jay Lipson.
One of my brothers from the convention who
Dude, I got him right there.
Yeah.
He's on my wall, bro. On my wall.
Yeah, he's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, and then of course it ended with Polito. You know, that was how it ended. But I've had this paper plate up in here for 20 months. Because this is where it began.
That's
I had
awesome.
no idea what I was doing. I went out.
You need to frame it or something. You need to
3
keep that.
days straight. Man, look, I don't do the 3 days all day thing anymore.
No, I don't blame you. That's a lot.
That was rough. You know, but we had a great time. I had so much fun that okay, I'm gonna do this every month until the cons come back. And now, even though the cons are starting to come back, there's still a lot of people that don't want to go. There's a lot of fans that don't want to go. There's a lot of artists, a lot of people that just ain't ready for that yet. So CromCon's still happening. We set this sign up the Tuesday after the previous con. Not the immediate Tuesday, but we go a week. I take a week off, and then Tuesday we kick it off, right? So we're ready to go. We're fired up. This thing fills up in 5-6 hours now. You know, I mean, the whole schedule fills up in no time. People join up, they get involved. Everybody comes out, they spend their 30 minutes, or they get involved in the panels.
Pops, we met you what? Maybe a month ago.
Month and a half, yeah.
Yeah, and like I got to tell you, your reputation preceded you. I had heard about you for weeks and months, and I don't know a year, but it's been a long time. And I always heard.
Yeah, Terry told me about him.
Yeah,
Actually, Mighty Geeks told me about you. Mighty Geeks says you got to connect with Pops. I told him you were going to talk to him. That was like 2 months before I even did it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Rick from Cross Comics joining Pops and Warren. Warren, I feel bad. We got to talk for a second about what Warren does.
I want to hear about what Warren does, because what I do is just talk about comics.
Can you tell us about your character? I know her name, but I think you might do a better job of it.
What?
Her name.
Telling
Whose
about
name?
telling about Mrs. Price?
Oh, okay. Yes, and she is in fact married.
Ooh.
Okay. Whoa! Spotlight on me. I read the Tales of the Vampire Hadley Price books. Hadley is the central character. She is a vampire. She's like 400 years old. And her lover, Nathan, is a vampire. And their ward, the young vampire Svetlana, is their daughter. Okay. Now, as vampires, they have no DNA in common. So they come together to become a family. And this is the most recent book. And Pops, you were mentioning April of 2020.
Yeah.
That's when my newest book came out. I mean, okay. Now we all know that the release of something or when the con happens, you do months of stuff, like maybe even as much as a couple years of stuff before that happens. Okay. And I thought I was all prepped months and months and months. The summer before, I was doing all kinds of stuff. The bug showed up, con shut down, and it was a drag. And that's why when you folks, Deanna and Chris, and Pops, I have my table directly next to theirs. It was so great to get out again.
Yeah.
It just was. And because there's nothing like talking to people who are interested in your stuff and will give you money for it.
Right.
I mean, you can post all you want on Facebook. You could do stuff like this, and this is not a bad thing. This is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that face-to-face, you cannot replace it. And for almost 2 years, I sat on my books and didn't do a damn thing.
Mm.
And it was a drag. So anyways, getting back to the point, I've been writing Hadley's book. I'm going to try to condense this because I'm a writer and I will say a lot of stuff. Condense this. The first Tales of the Vampire Hadley Price book came out in 2005. And basically, I've been putting out a book every year since, except in this year, because what's the point, you know? And it's been a lot of fun. And the really cool thing about, you know, the comic book people have been very non-judgmental of me being an author and not a comic book creator, because excuse me, the cover art for my books and the promotional stuff for my books is done by artist Kira Wood, who's I live in Massachusetts and Kira lives in Arizona. And Kira's been with me from the very start, doing all the Hadley Price promotional stuff. And I wish I can get this to not glare. Yeah.
Tilt it back.
So yeah, exactly. There you go. So
I'm an old pro at this.
Well, you know, like you, Pops, I've learned a lot of stuff by jumping in the deep end.
Yeah.
And not exactly knowing what I'm doing.
That's how I do everything. I jump in and I learn trial and error. But one thing I was going to say, what you said earlier, when I started doing this, I used to go to cons as a fan. Now I go to cons as press. Mm-hmm. I get press passes. I get to go interview people now because this is what I do.
Where are you out of? The three of us are out of Massachusetts. Where are you from?
I'm
Michigan? Yeah.
But my heart's in Arizona.
So, Warren, I don't think this is your latest or anything, but I just pulled up something that wouldn't glare.
Did I say 2005? I meant 2015. I didn't mean. I honestly did not mean to deceive you.
No, I'm looking for the art. That's all.
With this COVID thing, it's like it's getting to be a blur sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
there we go. That's cool.
Yeah, and Hadley is a little petite woman, but she's also a vampire known as the Guardian Angel. And as you had said, Deanna, the novels get more involved, and you find out what Hadley's destiny is as the guardian angel. So yeah, that's the first book. And again, Kira Wood was with me going back, 10 years easily. So I'm really grateful to all you comics folks who are welcoming to a guy that when you open my book, there's just a bunch of words.
It's just words, guys. It's just words.
And I want to tell you something. Okay. I want to tell you something, though. I think that's because a lot of artists are hopeful that they'll maybe get into a relationship and be able to adapt something you wrote.
Right.
Because I know artists who don't write are hungry for stories. Like when Diana asked what book to write or what book to buy, rather, do you know what I told her? Get the short stories in case there's something in there we could maybe expand upon and talk to them. Maybe we could do a comic book. I don't know. I haven't read any of it. You know what I mean? But short stories are the things that, as a creator, I would always want to look at first, because then you see, does this guy have chops, and do you like his angles? And I'm not saying whether or not my opinion makes you a good or not writer. I haven't even read it, but you know what I mean? That way, okay, yeah, that guy, I like that stuff. I want to try to draw that, or it's good, but I don't want to draw it. You know what I mean? It's like the short story thing is awesome.
Right.
It's like getting a micro shot of a person.
It gives you a little taste of the author. I think that's why I enjoy it.
Rick's talking.
And I don't have a whole lot of time to sit and do a novel because I'm myself started classes again. I'm in school to pursue my degree in writing as an English major. And I'm very excited about my new class coming up. Talks about publishing and all kinds of good stuff. And I don't know. I'm learning how to color. I submitted my pops. I sent Dory my color, my picture. It's not good at all, but I sure had fun doing it. Yeah, she's in the chat. I see her, but I did give it to her. So
now, also in the chat is our NFT guy. Intense Webs.
Intense Webs, yes, I see that.
NFTs for us, which is another thing, Warren, that I just dove in head first, no idea, but I have a team that's all totally down, knows all about it. So I'm okay.
And lucky you on that, because when I put out my first book, all my friends were excited. Oh yeah, I'll share my stuff on Facebook, and I'll help you set up in the cons and this and that. And after a couple of years, they all kind of went away. and so when you get somebody like and Deanna and Chris met my friend Grace.
Yeah.
Again, I keep emphasizing, not my wife, not my girlfriend, my con buddy.
Yes.
And she's just been invaluable.
Yeah.
So if you have people, if you got people,
I got real people.
Pops, good for you, man. Because all my friends just after a while, the novelty was gone, and all of a sudden, gone.
For us, that was family, and I understood it, but I know what you mean. It's like those first few books, everybody was like, yeah, I want a copy. Heck yeah, I want a copy. And I knew it was fleeting because I knew that they were not comic book fans. But it was nice. And now, because they haven't bought the latest work, because they haven't bought it, guess what Christmas gifts are going to be?
Yes, but that's the thing. I'm the only vampire guy in my non-con friends circle. So you're right. I've had people say, I write, I really don't like vampires. Thank you, but no thanks.
I do want you to know that also, though, I promote a lot of people that are actually authors.
Yeah.
I was going to say, too,
at my show, you'll see Michaela.
Hey, guys, we got to give Rick a second, because poor Rick is trying to talk, and we keep walking on him.
That's all right. I was just going to say, you see my art, well, sort of my art, my coloring from the art. But I was going to say another reason, good reason to welcome artists, writers into the community, because, there's a lot of artists here, but we are going to need writers, a lot of us too, us artists,
Well, I will make the official offer. If anyone in the comics community wants to work with me and do anything in the way of Hadley Price comic,
Yeah.
contact me.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely open to it.
Mhm.
I discussed it with Kira Wood, my graphics person, and we may or may not do it, but it's a lot of freaking work.
Yeah, it is for sure.
So, did I interrupt somebody to say that? I'm sorry if I did.
No.
You were saying, Pops, that comic book illustrators are interested in writers. I guess that's where it came from.
No, I said that. Rick, Cross Comics.
Rick said that.
Oh.
And we all agree with them. You know, like the artists, especially the artists who are strictly artists. Like I like to fancy myself as being a writer, but it's not like you. Because like when I sit down to write, it really is a matter of drawing, scripting, plotting, all through an American chop suey of ideas.
But you got a gestalt of the visual at the same time.
That's what I'm saying,
So-
though. Yeah,
so,
it's kind of like
right.
a little different because I'm molding it. Like sometimes I've had whole stories come out of a single drawing. Like Diana will see something I draw in the morning, and by the end of the night, I'm like, "Here, honey, it's the first 5 pages of my new book," and she's like,
He's crazy though, guys.
We all are, Deanna.
I know, but guess what? He has a perfect setup because that's what he does. He works really hard at his job. He does 40 hours a week. He comes home, and guess what he does? He creates. That's it. I do everything else. I just want to put it out there because not a
But
lot
there's
of
a
people have
lot
me.
that goes into everything else.
Well, yes, that's what I'm saying. So I'm like holding down the other half of the fort, while he is like the madman creating and doing. That's why
So
he could do
normally-
5 pages.
Diana, what I normally
Yes,
tell
dear.
people is if it wasn't for you, I'd be drawing on typewriter paper and like it would be going nowhere.
Yeah.
There would be sketches on tons and tons of paper that never went anywhere.
Well,
But Diana encouraged
that's
me.
true. I said,
And she
just do
took
it.
advantage of the iPad because she saw my interest.
Mhm.
And the digital art is really the secret to me. Now I'm doing traditional again and I love it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But production wise, I cannot top the speed of digital. It
Right.
saves everything. Like just to give you an idea, even just erasing, you don't even have to blow away the eraser bits. You know?
Yep.
And you don't have to get out the inkwell or the markers. You don't have to do any of that stuff because it's all there.
And it
And
saves
the key is
trees.
just to
And,
get
and the
the-
interesting thing, Chris, is when I work with my graphic artist, and you know she does like some graphics that I use in my promotion, and then we're on Skype and she'll show me, we'll share screen, and I'll go, "Can you make our arm like this instead of like that?" And she could do it that quick.
Yep.
Because exactly of what you're talking about. Change it on the fly.
Yep.
That quick.
Well, and you know what's funny though? It is that way. Sometimes I'll draw something and I'll go, the jaw is out of joint or the eyeballs aren't even. And in digital, it's just select them and twist them up a little bit, change them up a little bit digitally, move them around. And I'll show people because one of the things we're going to talk about tonight is our new stream coming up. That'll be an artist drawing stream so we can work on custom figures, custom characters, as recommended by Mighty Geek Studios, who will surely be a participant. But yeah, so like that's part of my creation process. So Diana can tell you, like, she'll see something and she'll tell me to change it. And it's not like it would be if it was on paper where I'd have to white it out and wait for it to dry. And the texture's never the same when you have to do that.
However,
yes,
I'm going to
dear.
stop you because, however, I still love traditional art, and I still love when you draw traditionally. When you're sitting there with your pencil and you're bored, and there's erasures, and your hands are black. I find something very romantic about that. So you should do that more.
Well, there's something very romantic about that. But the thing that I would mention on either the way you just said, Diana, or what you're talking about, Chris, you have to have talent to do either one.
Of course. Of
Okay,
course.
so we can't imply to anyone watching this that if you got no talent and you go digital, you're going to be all set.
Right.
No, you won't. you got to know what you're doing. You got to know shading.
Yeah.
You got to know,
of course,
gradients and stuff. You know, and anatomy.
Right.
Well, you know, I got to tell you, I've had that experience because I remember being when I first got into music, and it was in the early '90s. I was on an Apple Quadra, and they were advertising these programs, and it looked like all you had to do was buy it and basically go, "I want a cool rock song," and it would make a cool rock song, and it looked that easy, and you got it home, and it was like, "Oh yeah, you can make a cool instrument sound, but." Good luck turning that into a song. So I actually had to learn how to play an instrument.
Right.
It's really bizarre.
Exactly. So that it's easier. I mean, but I would even say, wouldn't you say, Chris, that doing it digitally is different than the more organic version that Diane said?
Well, I will say this: when I did the new Cluster Fudge cover, which is an all pencil rendition of a nightmare sequence from Cluster Fudge, basically. It was like making love to the page. And by that, I mean, because of the way that I use my pencil work when I do that, it's a very minute, you have to go over it again and again and slowly get the tone of the skin in. And like you can ask Diana, the last one I did, I literally sat at the table all NFL Sunday. And I let the games run in the background. I wasn't paying much attention, but it was noise. And I just, it wasn't this last Sunday. It was the one before. And I just sat there for 12 hours. I don't know what it was. It felt like 30 minutes.
Right.
But by the time
You're in the
I
zone.
had the new cover. But then because of that, like I sent something to Pops that was really freaky based on the Crown character. And Pop, you tell me, how did I do that drawing that I sent you in your estimation?
How did you do it? What do you mean?
Yeah, what medium was it?
Digital.
It looked like traditional art to me. It looked like a pencil on paper.
He's such an idiot. I swear to God, he
all
makes me
creatives do that, whether we do it in public or not. Yep.
So that last one that I
God.
sent you with the weird hair with the faces in it was all digital. But what's happening now is because I'm doing traditional again, I'm able to duplicate it better traditionally. And I was so excited to hear you say that because it worked. I worked hard to make that look like it was a pencil drawing.
It's really good.
Oh, thank God. I was like, it worked. Okay. Because Diana, I can't ask. She watches me doing it and she's like, oh, yeah, that looks like pencil. But she's already seen it on the glass, you know?
Speaking of traditional art,
yes, our brother is
Mighty
here.
Geek Studios, Terry, who's only traditional as far as I have ever seen him.
He's digital right now. Don't cast him out.
That's not digital right now. Oh, you're funny. Stop.
Yeah, he's in a digital picture.
He's in a digital picture. I get it. You're such a goofball. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm defending my brother. So Terry has talked to me, and we've talked actually probably for the last decade.
Oh my God. The last decade.
But we've been talking for a long time about doing a drawing stream. Rick has talked about it. Lots of artists have talked about it, but here at Hero Shack Press, we are going to do far more streams. So we kind of need to set a night.
I got a suggestion for you. It goes right along with that. Is that my graphics person, Kira Wood, does that for custom work, live stream.
Yeah, you mean like missions and stuff?
Well, it's like Kira does a lot of stuff that I could not post on Facebook. And in
you mean that's suitable for work?
Yeah, exactly.
That ain't never stopped me.
You have
Ain't
clients.
never stopped me from posting it in my group. There's been boobs all over the place.
No. Hadley, when I post Hadley, I make sure she's got cleavage because cleavage and fangs get the attention. But anyways, what I was saying, he gets custom clients who want one picture of a furry character doing
furry things.
Yeah, there's all kinds of that stuff. Yeah.
And yeah. But getting back to the original point is that do it.
Well, we're definitely going to do a drawing stream. I will tell everyone, including the viewers, I typically don't do weird stuff. And by that, just ask and I'll tell you if I think it's too weird, I can't do it. It's only it's like
Just
but
watch
if you start,
just watch the shade of his face. If it
Right,
starts
you know.
going really red, then just back off.
Look at, I know, right? Look at him.
I don't get upset or self-righteous or anything weird.
No, but you
like,
get. I can see that you're the kind of guy who will blush over the right stuff.
Dude, I blush over when I go to McDonald's. I blush sometimes over
He's
like,
terrible.
Can I have
He's
a
so
chicken
bashful.
breast?
It's like he's 5 years old.
I got a variation on that, and I want to hear your opinion, Pops, because you're the kind of guy who's going to go, hell no, do it. And you folks, maybe not. I do not use the F word. Blanket statement. It's not that I'm a prude. It's just it's too easy. Now, my editor, who, by the way, passed away a couple of months ago, I don't mean to laugh, but it's a coincidence, said, it's, she said, it's just a word. Don't let it freak you out. If you have a scene where it really works, use it. But it's like I self-edit in the same way that you do, Chris, when it comes to the F word.
Well, it's funny because with the F word, if you read a Cyclopean book and the F word is appropriate, you'll see hashtag star, Saturn sign, exclamation point. I do it just like the old comics. When you read the book Last of the Reapers, which is teen oriented, you'll see the word effing and frigging.
Yes.
And almost F-bombs, but you don't see the F-bombs. They never come out in the book. When you read Cluster Fudge, well, it's mature readers only because it's all over the place. And it's only because a lot of it is about just how like overwhelming the filth is in the character. The first book is really like just him kind of in retirement, kind of freaking out. The second book is leading into his trial. And the third book, you're going to see just how disgusting of a human being he was. And it all comes to a head and to a point. And actually, in the end, it has a really nice story where like we have a wonderful heroine who comes out, which I forgot to talk to you about when we met. However, do you remember the girl in purple? Do you remember the girl in purple?
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to jump in here. I have to jump in here on the
Okay.
Because it is one of the most versatile words in the English language. It is a verb. It is a noun.
There is that. There is that. Yeah.
Very fair.
It's even an adjective, I guess, at times. Okay, look. The actual, the original for unlawful carnal knowledge, a court term, which is basically you've been
George Carlin.
It's basically you've been fucked. It was a court term telling you, and that's where it really came from. You got screwed in front of a judge. Not literally, but somebody came and they told your dirty secrets in the courtroom.
Huh, didn't know that.
Oh hell. That's where the word comes from. Okay. You got
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's been adapted to use in so many ways, man. It is
to the point
most
where
versatile word in the English language. And
to the point where the literal
if people got over this part of it, the word would be great.
But that's it's like you're saying. It's used these days in every other way except the literal definition.
Exactly. Which is why no one can actually tell you the definition of it.
So, not to sidetrack the F word conversation,
but
we get pretty good talking about it without saying
That's a good segue.
See the lady on the left there?
This lady on the left, yeah.
She is named Violet Vamp. She has been with us since 2019. And her story is that she's a vampire who doesn't drink blood. but her story goes far deeper than that, and I can't really reveal it yet. But her public persona is that of basically a vegetarian vampire, which is rather tropish and been done before. But like most of my characters, what you hear isn't what you're getting. And there's always something going on in the background. And that is because I think with most of us, even with our best intentions, we always wear a mask. Like, for example, when Diana and I first got married, there were still things that we had no idea about that we had to learn about because our personas didn't allow those things to bleed through until we were living day in and day out together, Right. And it's like deep down, we don't really ever really know anybody. So there's a lot of that going on in all my characters. Yeah. I always like to examine, it's kind of weird, I guess, like the Batman Bruce Wayne thing. There's a totally different thing going on other than what you'd think when you see the cowl and the hood, and I love that mystique. And that also feeds into the old Westerns with their bandana. There's a whole thing about the masked man that has always made me go, there's a metaphor there. I like that. Sorry, I need to drink. Somebody talk.
Yeah, well, that's true. You never know anybody fully. And especially really get to know somebody once you're living with them.
Weston is my instructor for my upcoming class. I'm so excited to check him out. Oh, cool.
He's an American author, guys. I'm very excited. He's done over 20 books. He's done comic books. So I just wanted to throw that in because I didn't know what else to say about what you guys were talking.
Well, how's your book coming?
I don't use the F word unless I'm really, really angry, and it's usually just by myself.
Yeah.
I have to be honest.
I don't write with the F word. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. You have to be honest.
I have to be honest. I drop the F-bomb probably 3-4 times a day at home.
He's terrible.
Because to me, I've gotten into a funny little zone with it where there are lots of jokes that come off better when you drop an F with it. But I do self-censor still.
It's a word. I'm saying it's a versatile word.
When I'm with my wife, there's just a difference between if you say, oh, that frying pan versus, oh, that effing frying pan. It's just, that's a bad example.
I use it for emphasis. If I stub my toe, or if I drop my wine glass, or if I do something like that. But I don't normally say, how the F are you doing? It's a rocking day. I don't talk that.
No, I don't do that. I won't do that. No.
But I know people who do, and I just am like, whatever.
We do live in Massachusetts, and in a sense, I understand exactly where Warren might be coming from because up here there are people where it is really that tropey type of, yo, how the F are you, brother? I'm effing great, man. What effing happened today? Let me tell you, and everything is that F-bomb. Every other, yeah.
But see, my vampires don't need to get in anybody's face.
Right.
If they don't like you, they will kill you like that.
Basically.
Okay, and it's like one of the movie tropes that I play with in the sense that I don't do it is the Hammer films where what they'll do before they bite somebody's neck is they'll go like this. Hadley doesn't do that. If she wants to feed on you, she will do it. And chances are when she's done, you won't even know she did it. Okay? So Hadley doesn't have to drop the F-bomb because she's stealthy. And if all you got is loud and profane, someone will call your bluff. And that's why, yes, and some of my characters are loud. But maybe I created a monster here, but talking about the F word. So, but it just gets back to what you're saying, Chris, is self-editing.
Yep.
And I think that was the bigger point here.
Yeah, I'm just drawing a different line just so people know, because I think that the idea that I don't want to give a false impression. I don't walk on water. Yes, my love.
Finish up what you were saying.
That's all I was going to say.
Wrap it up.
That was all I was going to say.
You told me tonight you had a couple of different topics. One was BatGirl. The other one was
I missed
actually, I think it's Batwoman, not Batgirl.
Oh, all right, Rick. Where are you?
I'm going to BatGirl or Batwoman.
I don't know. I'm only here for the fun of it. I don't know what movies are coming out. Chris tells me.
Let me. All right. So talk.
Oh, this is a TV show, not a movie.
Is it a TV? All right. So, Rick, what do you know about the new Bat thing?
Well, it's not so new. It's gone through 2 seasons.
Stop yawning, Pops.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't. Chris was going to say something about it. I don't know. I said,
she came out. She came out today and she said that she got all beat up and everything when she was working on the set, and that there was a lot of abusive crap going on. And then CW come right back out behind it. Oh, she's lying. It's one of those.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's the drama.
Well, what I wanted to talk about
Also
itself, I wanted to talk about the left eating the left, and by that I mean
dog eat dog.
She was very nice.
Dare I mention the Superman thing?
Yeah. But in this case, she was very nice with CW through all of this, and now for whatever reason, it's coming out, and if everything she's saying is true, there's some nastiness there that we thought was all gone with the Me Too generation, up to the president of the CW having intern just iron his jock with a pocket iron
steamer.
I don't know. It's really bizarre, and I'm like, okay, somebody needs to probably investigate that network. But in honesty, I don't really care. I just care.
Here's a thought. These people that every single one of them, all these actresses and actors, and they're so willing to degrade themselves for a role because it's the right role or whatever. And then all of a sudden, like years later, they have a problem with it.
Well, that's the thing. You knew what you were getting into.
We got to welcome Timothy from Velvet Comics.
Yo.
My question is, if all this stuff was happening on Batwoman, the TV show, what was there any stuff like this happening on like Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow,
Buffy,
or if this
actually what she was talking about? She said that they kept filming even after during COVID last year, even after all the other shows shut down. Batwoman kept filming. She had some legitimate timestamp bitches. Okay, but at the same time, Well,
here's the thing about it. I have a heart. Okay, so I do feel bad that she went through all that in the sense that nobody should. But at the same time, I'm like, aren't you the same lady who was basically involved in that whole kiss my butt because we were social justice warriors? It's like, okay, so now you guys are mad at each other.
Now she knows what it's like if you speak out. Now she knows.
But
She's gone through the same thing all the rest of us have gone through at some point if we speak out.
Well, and if she's consistent, I'm not gonna not back her if she does something cool. But I'm still kind of like, I'm like, oh well, Rosie.
Hey, I was a young liberal at one point too, Chris.
What's that?
I was a young liberal at one point too.
I gotta be honest, me too. I really was
very left leaning too.
All grow up and realize the real fucking world ain't like that. Sorry, I had to drop the F-bomb on that one. The real world
it's the new Me Too movement. I was once a young liberal.
I gotta be honest. I lost a lot of my left side when Bill Clinton lied. And I know that's trivial, but I looked up to him like a hero. And when he said, I did not have sex with that intern. And then I found out he had sex with that intern. I was like,
not just that one. Look, not just that one. There was chicks doing penthouse spreads because they had been with Bill. I
know, but it was that particular one. That one.
How did we get here, you guys? What happened to that
I don't know.
person?
We're going back.
That's so funny.
No.
Okay. Here's the question I have, okay? Does anybody else not think that it's kind of like to be expected from a CW show that obviously has a low budget? The writing is almost inept at times. And the actors, whether they're good or not, it's very hard to tell in most of their shows because they're so poorly written. Like, I loved the first season of The Flash. Warren wants to jump in, so I'm going to let him because I'll go on for a mile.
Finish your point, because I'm like there.
So I loved the first season of The Flash. I enjoyed much of their second series with the Legends of the Time or whatever.
Legends of Tomorrow.
Right. And then they started losing me when they brought Supergirl over, and it was just a weird. I understand it wasn't for me, written for me, but it really pushed me away. And the Flash lost their. They kind of kept telling the same story over and over. So it was like, so
I kept waiting. Look, you watch The Flash. You watch every episode for 5 minutes to see him hit somebody once.
I wanted to say this. Who is Hollywood to dictate morality when they have no?
Yeah, there you go.
Point.
Great point.
But
I think
whether
the whole
we have it or not.
Warren would like
Warren,
to
go.
Thank you. A lot of world-class science fiction, fantasy, horror that is depicted in both movies and TV has been ruined over the last 5 years or so. And I think it's because I watch some of this stuff. Like, I cannot stand Discovery. I don't watch it anymore. And I'm spacing. There are other things, and Supergirl is one of them because I used to watch it at the beginning. But to me, as a writer, what it kind of comes off. Ground control to Major Tom.
Somebody record.
What it sounds like to me.
Terry, we
All right,
can't
go ahead. I
understand
got
what
it.
you're saying.
Okay, go ahead.
Can anybody mute him? Can you mute him? I think he's listening to the broadcast and on the stream at the same time. So every time you talk, although it's like
getting better though.
Point not made yet.
Go.
You might have to kick him.
Yeah, I tried to mute him and it wasn't muting. So go for it. We'll bring him back after you're done talking more and see if it helps.
Okay,
go.
To wrap this up, it looks like to me as a writer that these shows are being written by not genre people.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and the social justice aspect of it is only part of it. Okay, it's the worst part, but it's just like I really tried to like Discovery. I think I got to episode 4 before I went, I am not liking this at all. You know, this is not Star Trek. This is written by people who are not genre writers.
Horrible. I'm going to throw one thing in on Star Trek and one thing only. Kirk beat all you guys to space. All of you. He beat Buck Rogers. He beat Babylon 5. He beat Firefly. He beat Adama. He beat them all. He beat Picard. He beat Luke Skywalker. He beat them all. Kirk got to space first.
Bragging rights.
And the oldest of all of them, too.
Bragging rights.
90 years old and going to space.
So I have to be honest, Kirk is one of those archetype males in my life that I always remember as like a male ego figure. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to sit there and think, what would so-and-so do? Kirk has come up in my lifetime more than once. You know, like I've thought, well, James T. Kirk would do this, and I will actually go and do it. I've also used Tony Stark. I have used Peter Parker.
Snake Plissken.
I haven't used him.
Hell yeah.
You have? Very cool. Is that, wait a minute, Snake, was he, I want to say Escape from, yeah.
The Escape series.
Yes.
How about Riddick?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
God damn
All I'm
Skippy.
saying is Shatner.
Diana, who would yours be?
He did too. Shatner got the space first.
Donny Osmond.
Oh, you're so cool, girl. I love your sensibility.
No.
That's my babe.
No.
I don't think she'd have
I
a male
wasn't
role
really
model.
listening. I was reading
Not
the
Bobby
chat.
Sherman.
I was
Lame.
Hey,
How about
RJ.
Buck
RJ, did you notice that you ran
Rogers?
a Marmalade? You ran a
Marmaduke.
Marmalade promo and
Can't
a
even
Critical
speak.
Blast promo in our pre-show.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I'm quite proud of the Marmalade one, though. The Critical
very
Blast
cool.
one we just stole from your show and kind of ripped it and put it in the pre-reel here. For creators, so you guys know, if I like your stuff, I'll add it automatically, and you'll have to ask me to remove it if you don't like that. But I also welcome you to submit stuff, and we'll just add it, because this is more or less about promoting each other. A couple
Yes.
I did not that it matters, but you did. Did you plan on putting both of mine in, or just the one?
I'll put your other one next week. I love this one, Rick. Rick, I love the way you go. Hang on. Can I pull Rick's up, honey? I can pull Rick's up. Thank you.
You're
Hang on,
going to do it
I wanna
anyways.
pull this. Every time I hear it, I giggle like a little kid. I absolutely love it. Let me grab it. Okay, hang on.
Comic
books for adults.
Let's see if I can.
You're not going to
scrub
watch the whole thing again, right? Are you?
No, I'm going.
I've watched it about 4 times
ahead.
today. You've made me
I was
watch
editing.
it.
Only 4 times.
Yeah, and then I watched it while I was getting ready for
editing.
work. I carried it around.
Hey, there. Look. Marmalade. Yeah, baby.
Look at how
Oh, there's
cute.
Rick's. Okay, here we go.
Wait, why it's a little weird.
Give it just a
but,
second.
You know, I can only pay $5 a week, so that's what I got.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Look, it's a raven. No, it's a plane. Wait, this is the wrong hero. Oh well, it may be the wrong hero, but he does all that anyways. This is the Canadian Shield.
A 26-year-old co-daddy.
Hang on, I gotta find. Now I don't know how to make it stop. Oh,
Audio Jungle.
Oh, aren't you an indignant?
Chris, what are you doing?
I'm trying to make it stop. There we go. Hi, everybody.
So I wasn't sure which one you included. You included the faster one in there. That's what I like the more of the two.
I have to tell you, when you go, it's a raven, it's a plane. I love the way you did it, and every time,
Well,
it
I
makes me
actually
giggle.
What about the part where he goes?
The reason I did Raven instead of Bird is it was a little bit of homage to the cult of Raven that watched my chat, my streams a lot. If I'm not sure whether you guys.
What about the part with Superman? He goes, "Wait, wrong hero."
That was good too, but
he does that
by
anyway.
That time, I'm already laughing about the plane because the way you did it was just so cool. You were like, "It's a plane," and then you don't end it at that point. You go, "Plane." It's I loved it. Anyway, so we have trusty sidekick in there, and I'm just trying to get attention off of me.
Is he really that trusty?
His name sounds trusty.
Well, I do think that Rick could do voiceovers with a lot of character. That would be awesome because you just have an emotion in your voice in that video that I'm like, wow, that was funny. That was cool.
It was very cool. And I watched it, like I said, 4 times, and I'm like, I have to back that book. That book's really cool.
What about?
I really like that book. Oh my gosh. I've
So
got to go
in
back
the
and watch
description-
them now so I can write down the names. What's that?
What about?
What
What about
it? Wait a minute. Wait 1 second. In the description, all the names are there. I haven't included links, but if you Google those names, it'll take you straight to their campaigns and outlets.
I'd rather just look at the video and write down the ones I really drew me in. So
I'm
yeah.
letting everybody know that, though. Go ahead.
Oh,
Tim.
Yeah, you guys.
What about his intro to High Noon?
His intro to High Noon. Who's his?
Meet mine.
That'd be Rick Piper's his show High Noon. It is so. It is awesomely bad because he said there's a part where he's supposed to say Lizzie livered, but he says Livy lizard.
Well, if that's what he wants, we can run that. But I got to ask while Warren's here, Warren, do you have a video for Hadley that we can promote?
I'm not as good at doing video production as the rest of those folks, so I wouldn't embarrass myself with anything that I've done. Thank you for asking, and should it ever come up, I'll let you know. I'm grateful for the opportunity, but I know when I reach the level of my incompetence. And I also never go out of my way to embarrass myself, okay?
Now, see,
So yeah, I've done some of that, but it's not nearly as good as that stuff.
But that's where I'm kind of crazy. Like, and Diana can testify because of all my failed attempts at things. I always just kind of jump in. I'm like,
He has no idea what he's doing half the time.
yeah, I'm always like, oh yeah, I'm sure I could build a rocket that will fly a bird into space. And there I am in the backyard going, yeah, well, it kind of does it, but not really with that kind of mechanical stuff. I've done it with music and art and video and.
Okay, so here's a quick story about Chris. We moved into the house and the door wouldn't stay closed, our bathroom closet door. I said, honey, I don't know what's wrong with it. We need a new little hinge thing. Because I'll take care of it. I came home from work. He used a bungee cord. He screwed a bungee cord into the door so when you open it, it just closes.
Whatever works.
It was on the inside.
Whatever works.
No.
And I left your door handle up. It was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
She's still.
But yeah, we're going to leave him to just create. So, Chris, you told me that we have a few shows coming up, new shows that you wanted to share with everybody.
Well, we're going to do the stream with Tim and I assume Rick and potentially more artists. But I know that Rick is also doing one on Saturdays that I want to regularly participate in.
And
so
Jerry.
we might want to put like another show late at night on one of the weekend nights, or maybe earlier in the evening on one of the weekday nights, somewhere where, Pops isn't on there and like EVS isn't running against us. Like, I feel so fortunate Pops is still here because usually he's running a show.
Well, you never know when EVS is going to run a show, so you can't.
EBS is almost every morning and every night anymore. I'm wondering when he's got time to art. Damn it, get to work, Junior.
But yeah, as Chris
There's
said,
an awful lot of streams.
I'm doing an art show with artists just getting together, drawing whatever they need to draw or whatever they want to draw over on Rumble on Saturdays. Hopefully more often than not at 3 p.m. Eastern, but sometimes it might be a little earlier depending on what I might have to do.
But you never want to cross the streams.
Hardy hard.
Ghostbusters reference. Diana, can we use this? Can we use this panel as a little bit of a poll testing here, and the chat if the chat wants to get involved?
Poll testing.
I'm trying to come up with ideas for new shows, new streams, new things to make our channel pop. And I want to return to the classic Demo Diana. And Diana's not sure whether or not people want to see more Demo Diana.
Demo Diana. Do it.
Well, for the few little clips that I saw, it was neat. I didn't see the whole thing. Are they on?
They
on your?
I'm gonna
say they are on
Pops,
YouTube.
what were you gonna say? Pops was gonna say something. I saw his hand
You
go up.
are doing something that's entertaining, and then the people are going to be watching.
Well, I don't think that Demo
Artiface,
Diana is
look.
very entertaining.
Hey,
Artiface.
chat, if you're watching this and you think you would like to see more Demo
Artiface.
Diana, press 1, please. Press 1.
And let
You know what you should do? Chris?
Entertainment, right? Right.
Chris, you know what you should do is get
What
a
should we
clip
do?
of it. Get a clip of it. Put it on your
Rick is so
thing,
funny.
your community tab, and put a
Oh, dear
poll
God.
saying who wants to see more of these.
You guys have not seen any of these. Trust me.
Hang
It's
on.
me
You know
attempting
what
to
I'm
do
doing.
something crazy. So
Okay,
he
but
wants. Listen, he
This is
tells
what
me he
a
wants
trial
me to.
audience is for, Diana.
Oh my God! But it's.
You have a trial audience right here. If everybody goes, "Oh my God, never do that again," then you know
there you
not
go.
to do it
Okay,
again.
okay.
But
That's what
what
I
if
expect.
everybody laughs and tells their friends to come check this out?
Chris, there's another hero that you got. Demo Diana.
Yeah, really.
Do you guys? This was originally started because I bought myself a toolkit, a little pink toolkit, because I do the home repairs, right? And I was so excited about it. And I came home and I showed Chris. What was Chris doing? He had his head down like, this is how I talk to my husband. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. And he wouldn't. I was taking all the stuff out. I'm like, look at all the stuff I have. He could care less. So I go down to my poor daughter, who's also on the spectrum, and she's doing her video games. Larissa, look what Mom bought. And I was trying to show them. I was so excited about it. And so I went, and she listened to me, and I made her film it so I could show my family what I have to deal with.
Okay, wait.
This is
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a very brand new show called Welcome
Cue cards.
Demo Diana Show. This was on the spot, unscripted, you guys, okay? I did not plan for this to happen.
You're going to see her first ever demolition of Larissa's area.
We were doing a room over. So,
This is the
let
toolbox,
me
ladies and
just show
gentlemen.
you, I take my job and my work very seriously. So I went to Walmart because that's where I like to shop. I picked me up a handy dandy Superwoman toolkit. And if you look shade of pink, I got all my stuff in there.
Toolkit.
I'm so in this handy dandy tool thing, I have a measuring stick, so I'm always measuring. Measuring stick.
The bouncer.
It's still measuring. But it's balancing. But it's measuring. Don't mess with me. Okay. Then I have I think it's like a spatula, but I think it's for scraping. Then I have the best thing ever. I have my very own mirror. And look at that little pink stripe for power, man. I am so excited. I'm going to pop that stuff.
You're going to throw it.
And keep my hands nice and handy.
Handley?
I have two.
And
It's almost over, I promise.
We'll have to cut that. Okay. I have two beautiful, very fashionable, if I do say so myself. Extra hyper. This is just me showing my stuff. He's got me hand gloves. Anyway, so I got that.
You should show one where she actually destroys something.
Okay, I will. Hang on.
Oh my God. I was excited. That is what started it because I was happy I bought my own toolkit. So
keep your hands handy.
And I had my daughter video it so I could show him later because he'll watch videos, right? He watches videos. He won't listen to me. So I figured if I put it on video and demonstrate everything, he'll look at it. That was the point of it. And he came up with this bright idea. I nicked Demo Diana because I was trying to be funny. It was all on, I didn't have a script. So it was like, oh my God, get me straight. Oh my God.
It seems like you should have put all the demolition into heavy metal music. Demo Diana.
You know what? Oh my God. And I couldn't think of the name of the level. I couldn't think of it. I was like, it's a measuring thing. My daughter
Neither
goes,
one of you got it right. You were both like,
it's a balancer. And I'm like, I know that's not right, but we're just going to go with it.
It's a level.
It's a level. Yes, I did know that. So, and then we decided that we were going to take and do actual demolition. And Chris is like, well, you got to film. We got a new series. We got to film. We got to film it. Chris, why are you showing the same thing? God, no.
You think I'm showing the same thing?
Yes, you have the same one up. Please don't. Oh, here we go. I was going to cut a hole in a door.
I
am in the process of putting this lovely pet safe door into this door. Now it calls for a rotary drill, but I don't have one. I'm going to use my ever expert, sorry, excuse me, ma'am, excuse me, sawzall.
Extreme.
I have my safety glasses on. Well, not really safety. Oh, this is. This is me cutting the door. It's gonna get loud. I'm only gonna make.
This is gonna get loud.
That I can do this too. What I'm doing is I'm scoring the line. I don't have the correct saw. In a horizontal manner.
Wait, she's still gonna do it the wrong way. Watch.
So now I'm going to move over here. And this way. It worked. Got the job done. Okay.
Y'all couldn't find a dig.
It worked. It worked, okay? I used what I had.
It's like a look away, but I can't.
So, guys, he wants to make a show of this. Help me out. Press
With the proper
0.
editing, that is comedy gold.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're so
Yeah,
bad.
it's like I don't have the rotary drill that calls for, so we're gonna use 2 sticks of dynamite.
I did break. I broke a wall down too. That was fun.
I have an idea.
Hey,
I have an idea.
She's the new red.
That little tiny hammer.
She's the new red green.
Yeah, I know that reference.
So, Pop, that's what he's talking about. I think he's crazy. Okay, I don't think it's. This is stuff that has to be done around my house for real. Like I have to do this stuff, right?
I have an idea.
You come out. You're doing a show, and you have little clips like that to throw in there every now and then. There ain't nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with that at all. Make those clips with that in mind. Have fun with it. You see what I'm saying? Make those clips with having fun in mind, with it being a 30-second spot on your show.
Right. Yep.
You know.
They're hilarious.
Yes, it's a new segment.
He goes to me the other morning. He goes, so honey,
the diagonal.
He goes very
Every
seriously.
time he needs something fixed, you get out the toolbox.
Yes, that's exactly. He goes, so
destroy
what are
it.
you fixing today? I need some more video. I'm like, what? He goes, you're going to rake the lawn, right? I'm like, oh, that's exciting. He goes, the way you do it, it will be. I'm like, no.
So I had this idea. If you ever decide to do it again, you pretend like you're going to work on it, then you have somebody else work on it, and then you edit that part out, and then make it look like you did it.
Well, that's all those HGD TV shows where I think walk around like, and now we've done this, and now we've done that, and all these cute little girls.
You could
and I'm
green
like,
screen
they are
some
not
magnificent
knocking that
stuff.
down. They're not doing that. They have guys that do that, and then they get there with their hammer, and they're like, their little thing. Oh, look what I've done. I'm like, no, I'm doing the real thing. I just don't have the right tools. Or really the know-how. I don't know how to do it, but I just do it anyway. So yeah.
Hey, do you remember the blonde? She was like in these like semi-high heels and cut-off shorts.
Yeah.
Like
She was
this t-shirt, and it was obvious. She just kind of showed up, and they plunked her on this like wooden platform so she could use a nail gun. And we both looked at each other and said, "No, there's no way that she's been working like that all day. No." Next.
Pretty much intense webs. That's exactly what he
Property
does. He
Brothers,
stands
thank
on our
you.
upper deck looking at me. Honey, it's looking good. You need to mow a little over there, though. You missed a spot. He's terrible. So I don't know.
So let me ask you a question. How bad is Chris in the doghouse now?
Oh. Nah, he's not. He likes to just bust me.
We have a very unique marriage, and this is not the worst thing I've ever done. Demo Diane is pretty cool compared to some of the other ideas.
Years ago, he videoed everything, and he used to follow me around the house in my nightgown. I'd get out of the shower, I had my bathrobe with a thing up, and he's like, video in my face. So how you feeling today? I'm like, what? Finally had to tell him, please don't do that anymore. But I don't know. He thinks it's a very funny little thing. And
Well,
I
you
have a
guys
couple of projects coming up, but I don't know if I'm going to do them when he's home, so he can't tell me.
He was a reporter determined to get the scoop.
Yeah, so.
Oh, come on. Let's see more of Demo Diana.
Oh, my God. Stop. Don't even get him
It's
going.
unanimous, honey. Everybody's
I have to
curious.
be very content.
What's that? Who said what?
It's all about the presentation, Diana. It's all about the presentation.
Don't worry about fixing anything. Just destroy everything in your
got a
path.
little cluster fudge in the backdrop. All about the presentation. So,
Yeah, well,
little green screen action behind you.
There you go. I'm telling you.
But you can have
Playlist is on this
one of them
channel.
ripping up a cluster fudge.
Stop.
It is on the channel.
I know he's got my playlist on the channel. I said, "Oh, Christopher, why
I
did
did that
do
you
such
get
a
yourself
thing?"
a little audience because I think a lot of people could learn a lot about how to fix stuff around the house.
They could learn a lot of what not to do. So it's very strange. It's very bizarre. This went as a family joke, and he's exploited me. I'm gonna call the lawyer. He's exploiting me in my endeavors to
I'll
make our
fire
house
you if you
good.
call the lawyer.
You can't fire me. I think I don't get paid. You can't
You
fire
can't
somebody that
fire
doesn't
her.
get
She
paid.
quits.
Yeah, there you go. Huh.
No, she's amazing.
So, anyways, he is
She never
thinking about trying to get me to do more of those silly things. So,
Yes. Well, really, it's not a
um,
matter of her thinking about it. I just have to follow her around. I'm telling you, every weekend this woman picks out a job that she thinks is no big deal, you know? And it's usually like, I think I'm going to excavate the backyard this weekend. And like out of nowhere, she'll be out there tilling the lawn or doing some stupid crap. And if I stay out there with a camera, I can get a lot of funny stuff.
Rename the channel to Think the Dynamite.
That's right. Let's remember we're trying to help Pops raise $700 to get a tower, and we're also crowdfunding Cluster Fudge.
We're almost halfway there, y'all. Look, $5, nickel and diamond. I don't care.
Yeah,
You'll be right
yeah.
there. We're almost halfway there.
$5 is works.
That's what it's about. Now, listen, bro. How do I get you something that are you making anything on NFTs? Should I send you something that you can use or?
Well, until I get the new tower, I don't even want to do too much. But you can talk to that guy over there, that Intense Webs dude. He's the one that
Well,
makes.
I just want to send you something that you might be able to use because, like, right now, to be honest, I just got inundated. I've watched your video once, and I'm still like just not able to like break away from the board yet.
Yeah,
almost done with Cyclopean 3 colors though, but then I have to slide into Cluster Fudge 3.
Dude, I look. You just do what you do, and whenever you got a little something you want to play with on the side to break the monotony of the regular grind, kick something out for us. You know, I'll get it over to Derek over there at Intense Webs and we'll put something together.
Yeah, I haven't set up an NFT account yet. I haven't gone that far to do that. So
you got to do that so I can send you guys
right
like your own NFT. So I got a wallet full of them, man. I just need people to buy them and to give them to me. You know,
Right.
I mean, I got a whole bunch of good stuff. You know.
I think I looked up one company, Open something or other. You can make one there that kind of goes. You can interchange between different like.
I went and looked at Doug Naples. I tried to look at his portfolio, but to get into his section, I was going to have to pick a wallet that was
A
compatible.
wallet. That's what we need is a wallet.
So I didn't even touch it at that point. I was like, I got to go back to like the video I saw with Pops and try to get into that. Instead of like
with Doug, I thought what I saw was Doug and Smiller selling the same NFT.
It's possible.
I mean, it is possible, but you know, it's like I was just like, and people things like that are the reason that I shied away from it for so long. But now I mean, I actually know, not Derek all that well, but I know his son really well. And his son is, the other person in this team. you know. So I mean, it's extended family. His son's with my sister, you know. I mean, it's all, you know.
Well, I know one of the things I'm concerned with, so I'm cautious because I think right now when I look at it, it's a place to one shot stuff, but like I want to be careful not to use a character and then get it tied into some copyright issue or something. You know what I mean? So when I do draw an NFT, I want it to be somewhat standard, not in the art form or the way it's drawn, but like not necessarily so identifying that somebody can go, that's Superman, that's Batman, that's Cyclopean, that's Arctic Blast, that's
Yeah, well, I was gonna say I'd really like for you to do one of your own characters. You know,
well, I can create a character just for the NFT market. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I don't want to do
I mean,
anything
look,
until I understand
I
the
don't
limit.
think there's any NFT out there of the Cyclopean.
Oh, I'm sure there's not, unless it's been taken. You know, like somebody stole it, which is always
No, I
a
mean,
chance
it can't.
too, I'm
If
sure.
you draw me something that ain't been drawn before, and we send it to Derek, we make NFTs of it. It's never even been seen on the web before.
So let me ask. Let's say we
nobody
do that,
nobody
right?
can even have lifted that image yet. You see
Right,
what I'm
so-
saying? It's like,
So let's say we did that, right? Here's where I'm confused about NFTs. Does Cyclopean then become the property of the owner of the NFT, or just that image of Cyclopean?
just the image you drew becomes the person who buys an NFT for me. Like if we made 10 and 9 people bought them, they own that NFT that they bought, which if we had 10, they'd be serial numbered, time locked, you know, 1 through 10. And those would be it.
Right.
You
But
know,
they don't own the actual
and they would
character.
own their individual NFT, but they
Right.
wouldn't own your image.
Right.
Or
So
anything like
They
that.
don't own the
it wouldn't
character.
legally bind me away from my character for future
Right,
comic book
Doris.
And you're
drawings.
listed in the metadata as the artist.
So the only thing I would be
Even
losing
if somebody
is
else
no
owns the
idea.
NFT, you're still listed as the artist of said work.
Right.
Yeah, like
But the only
Doris
thing-
said,
the only
Doris
thing I
said
have
here,
to
it's like
do-
owning a print of your work.
Right, but the only thing I have to do is let go of the original rights to it, that
There you go.
particular image, right?
No.
No, you don't have to give up the rights to anything. You can. You
No, I
can
mean
own.
that particular drawing though, I would not then take that and put that on T-shirts. That would belong to the people who bought that NFT. So, like
Well,
technically,
what
I
if
should
you own
get that.
one still too?
Right.
You kept one for yourself. You can
Right.
do whatever you want with it.
It's
Gotcha,
like making
okay,
10
okay.
prints of whatever you drew, and you would keep
But see,
one of
if
them.
you read that right there, this is what we do. We build a virtual machine server in Linux, give you possession of the server with your own private keys, mint the NFTs for you, and help you get them out there in the NFT marketplace.
Right, right.
Okay, you know, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to help artists sell NFTs.
Right.
So
Help you
Dory
get out
brings
there.
this up.
You know, those guys know more about where the marketplaces are, where these people are that buy this stuff. I'm new. Like
Well, Dory brings this up,
Warren
and
was
I
talking
just
about
want-
earlier. Jumped in, don't know
Right.
shit, but I trust the people I'm working with. You know, so I'm learning as I go too.
Yep.
Right. So that's a good question that Doris has. Like, when a person buys a copy of the NFT that you have for sale, what can they do with them? You know what I mean? Like, what?
So as far
Sell
as
it for
I'm
more?
concerned,
Sell
well,
it
as
for
far as
more?
I'm concerned, once I sell it, I don't care what happens to it. Like,
Well,
it's
you
like
don't
when I
want
send
somebody
Pop the
taking
drawing. What's
you
that?
don't want somebody taking the art and putting it on a T-shirt and making up
Keep up with the chat.
a whole
'Cause,
bunch
yeah,
of
he's
T-shirts.
answering those questions.
But that's a different issue, though. But if they own that image, I don't really like. So I sent Pops.
No, they own an NFT. They don't own the image. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Because what if 9 other people own that image too? It's not the image. It's an NFT of the image, a
Right.
a serial numbered NFT of the image.
So they can't reproduce that NFT on
They can only
T-shirt.
do what you specify, just like Derek's saying. A buyer can only do what you specify.
Right.
in
So you
advance.
would say you can't make a print of it, you can't put it on anything
Or,
else or whatever.
or conversely, to help increase the value, I might say you can put it on any printed product
yeah.
you want that's made of fabric,
Look,
as opposed
right
to printing
now,
a
we
book.
want to build the network. So we want as many people talking about the art they got from the Madness Comic Network as we possibly can.
Right.
You know, that's why I got so many that I could give away. If people would set up wallets and hit me up, I mean, I'd be giving a few away here and there, but nobody's hitting me up. So I'm kind of like just deadlocked with it. But you can see right there, he promoted one 2 days ago that went for $11,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I was looking at the one I could get on Doug TeNapel, it said something like a 0.3 and it had a symbol, but it was worth something like $1,280. I was like, okay, clearly I have no clue what I'm looking at here. Because the 0.3 thing didn't look like it was worth much of anything, but to find out what that 0.3 represented was like, oh, okay.
It was probably a cryptocurrency.
It is. It's all in cryptocurrency.
Yeah, that's
but
when you make a sale, you can turn that crypto right into USD. It's not like you have to play the crypto game.
Right.
You're just
Hey, we have a crypto ATM down the street. I have a crypto ATM in the convenience store down the street.
For real?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's taken off everywhere. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But 3 is probably Ethereum, he said.
I have no idea. That's
Yeah,
another.
I don't know. I
type
just
of-
know that it has.
Hey, I
like
think Doug is on Ethereum, actually. I think they are selling on the F platform. We're selling on the ADA platform. It's a lot cheaper per transaction. The transactions themselves don't cost as much.
Right.
So, you know, the artist gets to make more money.
I watched at least 5 different videos of these people trying to explain it, and I'm not a math person per se. So I was like listening to these guys, and I'm like, I'm more confused than ever. I don't know like where to even begin. And then I was looking at NFT wallets, and I'm like, well, are they transferable? So if I go with, you know, this company to get my NFT wallet, what was the name of it? It was like Ocean something or other.
Well, the one that I liked was there's one that's actually a Chrome extension called Yoroi. And it's an extension of the Chrome in your machine. So it's like you don't even have to go anywhere for anything. It's all right here on your desktop, in your, you know, you build a wallet right there. That's actually where all my NFTs are right now, is in my Yoroi wallet, which, like I said, YOROI.
Okay.
It's just a Chrome extension. It's right there on your desktop, you know, on your browser.
Right.
See, that's kind of how I feel about it too. Once I let an NFT out, I'm going to pretty much let go of that image. Number one, because I let go of them all the time. Like, I know that if you're not an artist, you might look at those like they're treasures, and they might very well be. But to the fool who swims in gold every day, a gold chip doesn't seem like a big deal, you know? And what I mean by that is I'm going to draw something tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And it ends up being like, if I give something away, it's not because I don't value it. It's because I think it's just something that I can share because it's a never-ending fountain, you know?
And he said, yes, they are transferable, sellable, and you can set the royalty upon resale for second and third, etc. Commissions. I mean, look, the thing I love about being in on something when it first takes off, a couple years from now, I'm going to be glad I got involved with this now. You know, the more people that I can set up in a network, that we can build a marketplace, a Madness Comic Network NFT marketplace of our own, where people are coming to our place to buy art. You see what I'm saying? This is my goal. Okay, where people are coming to our house to buy NFTs. I'd really love to get to that point, but I got to have people that are, you know, talking about it, that are setting up wallets so I can send them something so they can see how this works.
Right.
I mean, we did during that stream, Robert Shepard actually set up his wallet, and I got this actually transfer my first NFTs to somebody. I was learning at the same time.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It was like that stream was really helpful. on one end, but I can see from watching it where you'd still need clarification and questions, and that's why we're still out here. That's why Derek shows up, and every time I'm out here, so that if people have questions, he's right there in the chat ready to answer them.
So
we want to help y'all make money. That's bottom freaking line, just like it's always been. Pop's trying to help y'all make money. Period.
So, question that I have is, what NFT wallet do I use? Like, there's so many out there. Like,
yeah, well, I would just set up the Yoroi one for just like that for the ones that we're doing right now.
Okay.
Like the ones that so I can send you one of these ones that I have of yours.
Yeah.
Maybe a few of them. If you want to go try and sell some. You know, I mean, I got 100 of yours.
Right.
Of this guy right here. I got 100 of him.
Hang on, don't let him go yet. Hang on.
Who?
That guy.
Without that background, though. We just have
That's
the background of the beam of light. But, you know, common judgment. That's what we named him.
The background's kind of funny because when I made that, it was entirely like as a fanfare thing for Crom. And
Yeah.
like, so I pulled all these covers off the Facebook page and put them in there and you know, allowed them to follow into a perspective grid, and it looked really cool. And the only thing is, in an NFT, like, we would be reselling like 40 people's artwork. It was like, no, we can't do that. No. That would be a major no-no. Like, you don't want to sell a reproduction of someone else's work. You're going to get sued
Now,
to death. Or
check me out, though. I mean, honestly.
Unless,
I'm
of course,
gonna
you
be
get their
here with
permission.
I'm going to be here with anybody that's doing it, you know, with us, with me, Derek, and Bryce. Anybody that wants his help setting these up. We're going to be here through the whole thing. It's not like you're either going to get a chunk of NFTs to sell yourself, or, you know, I mean, if we're selling them for you, we'll work out some kind of a equitable payment plan for everybody to make everybody happy. But the point is that nobody's making any money until stuff sells. And if you have them in your wallet and you're the one that sells them, you're the one making the money.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So we got to figure out specifically what makes them sellable. Is it the quality of the art? And if it is, are some
Man,
guys
I seen
saying,
some garbage selling, dude.
That's what I was about to say, 'cause
little
if
square Lego stuff, all kinds of crap that people are selling.
that's,
It's like,
that's
no,
why
we
I'm
kill
asking,
it.
because is that stuff like junk art that's being used as crypto coinage? And then, like, if I do really good art that I sell, does that change the value in some collectors? Like, it's an
Well,
unknown quantity.
it's going to be worth more
qualifier.
for sure. And then the nicer it is, the rarer, the fewer we're going to print, the nicer it is. Because you seen that $1,100 payoff he was talking about earlier?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about for you guys. Or
Right.
$11,000 payoff that he got for that dude earlier. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about putting some real art up here where these people are buying it and making y'all some money.
The question is, and it's really hard to answer because it's all a subjective thing. It's like, does quality art of some sort rate over like the junk that we've seen? Because we've all seen like the little tomato head that they put
I can't believe this stuff.
pizza off high hat, and then they put a baseball hat. And then they
The
put a
thing
cowboy
that sold
hat.
for, I was going to say, the thing that sold for 11,000 the other day, what was it? Or do we know?
I don't know. I don't even know if he can tell us, Chris or Derek. Who was that for?
Well, no, I just more mean the picture. What was the picture of?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's what I mean. What was the one that sold big? What was it?
Hang on, you know what? I can make you post links. Well, I can't make you post links, but I think I can make you an admin.
You got to make him a mod in YouTube.
Yeah. I got to give him a I got to give him
Make me a mod on the YouTube too.
So yeah, so like I looked up the Euro wallet. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm headed there.
Yeah, because I've been hearing with the NFTs for about a year now, I'd say.
What's with the echo?
That was me.
It's sort of interesting, but it's also weird at the same time that somebody would pay, $11,000 for a digital image that, it probably might be able to get for free somewhere else.
No, this is what we're talking about. Okay, look, I'm encouraging people now to make me a piece of art that's never been seen on the web. Nobody can go snatch it off the web and go, look what I got. No, it's only in dude's wallet. See?
Yeah.
It's just like you only got the Mona Lisa on the wall in one place. Okay, well, that piece of art's only in that dude's wallet.
Yeah. That's if you do it like that, but that's the other thing. What would stop me? Like, say, I make a piece that's for this, and then I go share it all over the web.
That's what I'm saying. Share what? The NFT? You can't share the NFT.
No, the image that's in the FT.
Okay, well, now, like I said, the buyer or the seller puts the restrictions on the buyer of what they're allowed to do.
Well, okay, hang on. Let me play devil's advocate. Hang on, Rick. Let me play devil's advocate. Let's say that somehow Rick obtains a cheap, low-res screen capture of the NFT.
That's not an NFT.
Right. So what I'm trying to do is let me illustrate the whole thing for a second.
That can't be sold on the market as an NFT.
Right. So let me just illustrate it though. So, Rick, what it would be like is if you had like a bootleg recording of Led Zeppelin versus label-backed, professionally recorded thing. So you'll be able to use that image, but in the end,
use it for what?
That image,
if you go make money off somebody else's image, they're going to sue you anyway.
Well, maybe, but it also might just be where like they just ignore it because it's like a Xerox of a copy. Like in the NFT market, I don't think it'll matter. And in the end, I think that if you have a screen cap that you're like major header in Facebook or whatever, I don't think much is going to happen. Just like right now, if you take certain trademarks, they don't say a thing. Some trademark people will come after you. Disney might, WB might, but others just like, whatever. They can use my art. They're not selling it or whatever. And it's going to probably end up the same way with NFTs. Some people will care, and some will just be like, whatever. You got a screen capture of it. Good for you.
Yeah,
it's going to vary.
I guess I would liken it to sort of with what you were saying is, okay, yeah, you have the original, DVD set or whatever, but, somebody gets it off the web, like from Pirate Bay or whatever, of the same movie. What's to stop that? It happened. Why would somebody pay $11,000?
I don't think you guys are understanding this at all.
No, you know what the perfect example is? Let's say I go to Paris and I take a picture of Mona Lisa. No matter what I do with
that's
picture,
all it is. It's a picture of Mona Lisa.
No matter what I
it's
do
not
with that
the
image.
Mona Lisa.
Right.
Your NFT is your NFT. A picture of it, a screenshot of it, whatever, is not the NFT.
It's not
it
the
doesn't
original.
have the metadata behind it. It doesn't have the value.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't have all the metadata in it, but wouldn't it be the same
It's
picture?
just
no
an
matter
image
what?
then. It's just
It's
an
like
image.
taking a picture with your camera, though. It's the same image of Mona Lisa. So the value to you, as a person who likes the image, is like, screw the NFT. But to the NFT guy, the value is whatever the market says
the
it
art.
is. So you can have that image, and they might chase you down for a copyright thing. They might not. But that value of the image that you have is zero compared to like a picture of the Mona Lisa would be zero. Whereas the Mona Lisa is worth at least $15-$20.
I mean, for me, it's like I'm just trying to give you guys another avenue to make money.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm just trying to change that.
I get that.
Hold up. It seems like there's people out there making money doing this. I'd like to be one of them, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I don't disagree with that.
I mean, look at that link right there in the chat. Look at that link right there. That's the piece you were asking about. $11,000.
Yeah, I took a look at it.
Now, I know there's people in the madness that do better art than that, and I didn't even look at it.
Listen,
Hey, look at that other link in the chat. In the private.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We got more links than we got.
That link in the private chat means nothing at the moment.
So wait a minute. So actually, Melvin is helping us here. Melvin is being channeled through Timothy of Velvet Comics, and there is a link to his sign up for Melvin 2. And it's a good time just to
That'd be
remind people that Cluster
crazy.
Fudge 2 is also in crowdfunding. And that link is in the description. I'm going to try to do this because I have a wrench, I'm sure, because it's my chat. Let me see.
And
Did that
maybe
work?
one day,
Okay, you guys, now look at what dude's saying in the chat there. He says, he'll tell you up front or help you if you want to build your own servers. The thing is you want to own the private keys. Or if you don't own the NFT, whoever has the private keys owns the NFT. That's why you want your own wallet. You want to be able to own your own. Whoever owns that key is who owns that NFT.
Right.
Now that girl that sold that 11,000, that was her first NFT. It's just getting this stuff
Well,
out
and
on
the
the
thing
right
is,
marketplace.
it's a very legit, very real thing. For me,
It's just getting
you
these
know,
out there in the right marketplace. You just got to get them out
as
there in the
devil's
right.
advocate, to defend what Rick is, the position Rick has, I understand the way that it works, because to me it was just as confusing, because it's like technically in like real world tangible, no, an NFT is
It's
not
not.
a piece of material
It's
item.
not. No.
This is more like buying a license to a piece of artwork, but that license gives the owner of the NFT
right.
like ownership of the NFT. Like, it's weird. It's
really
all digital, but it's somehow working.
It's working because people want to own it.
People collect.
Right.
People
Right.
collect. They want to own it. It's a matter of it's the way society views things. This is like
Not only that,
it's like buying stock. Exactly, Doris.
there's
It's like
there's
buying
another angle
stock.
you're not looking at here though. Also, as the ADA goes up in value,
Mm-hmm.
the art goes up in
Right.
value.
Right.
As it's resold, the value of the art goes up.
Right.
You see, so it's also like it builds upon itself, and you do get royalty. You do get a small cut if it sells again and again. You see what I'm saying? It's just like the way this has been built. I wish I was in it from the beginning. I wish I wish I knew about this when they first started doing it and dove in that. You know,
Guys, we lost Warren.
Yeah, we lost
Where'd
him
Warren
about
go?
10, 15
Where'd
minutes
Warren
ago.
go? Maybe he got
well,
upset.
I think we started talking about
Warren?
art. He went,
Maybe he went on tour with Rat.
Chris, reach out to him and just make sure he's okay.
And Dawkins.
I will. I'm not going to do it right now because we're live, but yeah, I will. I'm
Maybe-
sure he's okay. He probably got
and
bored.
That's that other thing. What he's saying right there. If you go to a website and you mint them yourself, the website owns the private keys unless you ask them up front before you mint them. Okay,
Right.
so we're gonna. I mean, if you come to Derek to have him do it, you're gonna know everything up front. There ain't gonna be no. We're not trying to steal your shit, hide it from you. We're not gonna print more than we said we did and hide them over here and something like. We ain't gonna play them fucking games. Okay, we're gonna be straight up with you. You guys know I've been doing this for 2 years. I ain't never done nothing but try to help people sell their
Right.
books, make money. Now I want to help you sell your art in a new way. Dory, what was that? What was that? Pops in a whole new way, right? That's what we're doing. We're just doing
Hey,
it
guys.
again.
Guys, I'll be
Yeah.
back in 2 minutes. I have to like get a soda and stretch my leg.
Yeah.
Get a
Diana,
soda.
And,
Yeah, I'm here.
Chris,
It's all in
it
your
is,
hand.
Chris, it is like 10:15.
Yeah, I know, but I'm on fire.
Okay.
And also,
By the
there's
way,
a full
I haven't
disclaimer
got
right
another
there.
backer.
Sounds like it
tonight
might
at
hurt.
Cluster Fudge too, so I want everybody to know if I don't get a backer tonight, I have to go back tomorrow and listen to Testify make fun of me for only having 9 backers. Now I'm a man. I can take that.
Why
But
would
if
you ever want
anybody-
anything to do with Testify?
Why wouldn't
Well,
Testify
Testify
be
is a
trying to help
brother-
you get backers rather than giving you a hard time for not having any? Why would he be trying to get you backers?
So the thing is, we have a very special friendship, and right now we are going through foggy, rocky land. And so he was mocking me, and he doesn't really mean good intentions, but deep down, I think he can't help but be a good intention man. So I'm using his spurning to just say, if you're out there and you're going to back the book, tonight's a good night. And we'll throw in a piece of 8.5, 11 art for the backer who goes number 10 tonight. That would be my original pencil, not like.
I want you to put that full disclaimer up right there because crypto may be outlawed. Probably not, but or the floor stock price equivalent may drop to nothing. But that's probably not going to happen with all the people that are dropping money in crypto, including politicians.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they ain't gonna cut their own throat if they see a way to make money. You know, them clowns like to make money. So, now also there's another one right below that I think has the link to Crime and Judgment.
Yep.
And anybody can get a hold of me to get that. If you like that one, anybody can get a hold of me to get that. The Hollow CromCon that you see on Intense Web's profile pic, the Pumpkinhead Crom, there are 25 of those. They're serial numbered, time locked. 3 of them are already spoken for. There's 22 left. They won't be actually available for sale until CromCon weekend, but you can reserve them. There's 25 of them. They all got different, unique backgrounds, you know. And like I said, serial numbered. You'll never see them again. Next year we'll have a different Hollow CromCon logo. We won't be printing these ever again. 25 of them. You know, the first Hollow CromCon.
I will be honest with you guys. I would need somebody to really sit with me, not on a stream like this, and have somebody explain it to me so that I can understand it all. Even to fill out, like I'm looking now. I looked up the Euro wallet. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, I am not touching nothing yet. And what does it cost for investment?
It was really easy. It's just
how much money does it cost to open the wallet?
It didn't cost anything to open the wallet.
It doesn't cost anything to open a wallet. Really? Okay.
I'm a broke ass. I ain't got no money over here. Those guys put a little bit of ADA in my account so that I can ship these out to people as they buy them.
Yeah.
But I mean, I ain't got no freaking money. Seriously, if I have money, I wouldn't be doing no GoFundMe, y'all.
Right.
Trying to get a computer.
I'm just trying to
selling my
ADA.
Yeah, serious though. I mean, like I said, I dove in. They approached me. They're like, "Hey, you got the artist. We have the means. Let's make this happen." Okay. And the only thing now is just getting people to look at what we have and get it on the right marketplace where people start buying it. You know, where people do buy it, I should say.
Well, I know that when the stuff that I watched, because I was doing my research, like I saw you stream, but I was busy. Remember, I said I had family stuff, so I couldn't really see it. And then I researched more, and I know it is a huge thing. It's like now. And since you brought it up, I've noticed on Twitter, a lot of the NFTs are coming up with some of the people that we have seen. You know what I mean? Like NFT, check out my NFT. So it's huge. It's something huge. And I don't know if it's the right thing for Chris and I, only because I don't know that much about it. Like, I would think we should do it. I think we should take a stab at it and put something up there and see what happens. I know we gave you that one picture, but I just need to know how much I have to put in the wallet in order to get started. And
she's trying to be a very mature and proper manager, because what happens?
Yeah, so I definitely do want you to talk to. I definitely do want you to get on a phone call with Derek and talk to him, because he said right there, make sure you get the Yoroi from Cardano.org, because that's the ADA. That's the currency that we're, the crypto that our stuff's based on. And I want you guys to talk, because I want you to have a complete understanding of what's going on. That, it was kind of hard to follow the stream and follow the chat as well when we were doing it, because Derek was answering questions in the chat and Bryce and I were just talking. Derek was answering most of the questions. He's the guy that knows. He's the guy that mints them. He's the guy that knows how this is done. And like you said, he if you want us to do it for you, we're all down to do it for you and make it as simple as possible. We just want to get stuff out there and get it seen so that we can build our network, and more people will bring their stuff to us, and people will come looking at us when they're looking for NFTs.
Well, Doc, I want to tell, or Doc, Pops.
What's that, Marty?
I want to say, because this has been my point since this whole thing came up, and I don't think you're hearing me clearly. one thing I want to do is like once a month, I want to donate an original piece of art to, Crom, so that Crom can turn around and use it as a piece to sell, a piece to hang, a piece to wipe your butt with, whatever the hell you want. I want to give you something. So every month when you make a mention of our latest, project, you go, oh yeah, that brother sent me that piece that sold and made me 500 or 1,000 or whatever 100. And I don't, if I give you a piece, brother, and my wife can slap me, but this is how I feel. If I give you a piece, it's your piece, man. I don't expect you to like, if you go to a yard sale and you bring a piece that I give you and you sell it for $50, I'm not waiting on that $25 check. I'm like, I gave you that. What are you talking about?
This, all right, look, for one thing,
you
guys.
Let me do that. Let me do a regular piece that I send you one way or another.
Chris, stop talking.
I already want the one that you're, the one we were talking about earlier. I think that would be a great NFT, personally.
But that one has snuck on the internet once.
Well, that's okay. That don't even matter. Because like I said, if we made one NFT of it, then only one person's going to own it in the end.
Exactly.
So I'm not tripping on that. But look, you guys, you two, you and Diana.
Yes.
You had faith in what I was talking about without even knowing. And you were like, go ahead and take that Crom and make NFTs out of it. You've already done this, okay? You've already given us something that we can make money off of and use it for Crom.
I just have to get the wallet. That's all. I'm looking at the website now. So
when you do have your wallet set up, I want to send you a few.
I need you to understand that, though. As your friend, I need you to understand that one of the things I want to do is regularly donate original art to you. I think what you do for the indie comic scene is tremendous, and like the NFT thing is great, but like what you've done for campaigns is amazing. So I'm like,
now everybody watching, back their campaign right now.
Amen.
All y'all back Cluster Fudge 2 right now.
But you know what I'm saying, right? I think that the community.
Well, that's why we helped out with the GoFundMe, because we believe in you. We believe in what you're doing.
You guys are golden. I'm gonna do anything I can for you down the line, and anything you want to do as far as NFTs for yourself or for the madness or for whoever, we got you. I got you.
But bro, the reason we did it, so the way it came up, Diana went, oh no. And I went, what? Literally, she was in the living room. I'm in the kitchen. It's an open concept. And she goes, Pop's tower is dying. And I said, oh, that sucks. And she's like, yeah, he's doing a GoFundMe. Can I donate? And I'm like, of course. And so she's going through it. I had no idea how much. You know how much. I'm not going to mention it because it's no big deal. But I was like, no big deal. Like, she's like, yep, I'm like, yep, right. And that's how we function. It was like, oh, he needs a hand. Let's do it. And it's not that we have a lot of money or anything. It's just that we have a little pocket here and there. And it was like, yeah, we can squeeze out that. And I think if you guys out there, any creator that has benefited from Pops, go give a 5, go give a 10, go give a 20, whatever you got, it all adds up. And I guarantee you, if all of us did that, everybody who's benefited from you.
Yeah, I mean, $5 for crying out loud. And that's a cup of coffee. If 100 people gave $5, I mean, come on now. I was so frustrated. Like, all right, so we did our GoFundMe for you. We put our money in, and I waited. I'm like, yeah, everybody. I mean, he's got so many people that you've talked to and you've helped. And I know everybody's pressed for money. I get that, but you were always the one to say, share a link. Do you know how many links you shared? I can't even keep up with you, my friend. I look at my Facebook. I'm like, Jesus, the guy is insane. Sharing this thing.
Well, can I point out? I need to point out real quick. Did you see Radiant Light tonight? So in the opening stream where I'm hyping any video that I think is cool, I got Radiant Light from the opening that I stole the Madness opening for. It was the video immediately following, and I thought it was so cool. I was like, well, let's give Radiant Light a little light because it was
the Radiant Sight.
Is that what it is? Great. Oh, man.
I think it's the Radiant Sight. I could be wrong.
Me, but I thought the voiceover and the art was so cool. I was like, I'm including it. I'm just gonna put it in there. And now I have to probably go back and fix the description in YouTube later. But yes,
I don't know. I have to look. Let me see. Let me look real quick. Hold on.
So I'm looking at the Euro Light wallet, and I'm thinking I have to download it for Chrome, right? Not Edge, not Firefox, not Android, not iOS. Chrome would be the
Chrome.
one.
It's a Chrome extension. That's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah, the Radiant site.
Okay.
The Radiant site on Indiegogo by Martin Fischer and Mike Jimmy Lorge de Green. I love saying that name. But yes, Diana, tomorrow evening. Let me see. What's tomorrow? Thursday.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I have anything going on tomorrow evening. If Derek wants to get in a little conference call with you tomorrow evening, we can do that. And you know,
okay,
he can give you the complete rundown, make sure everything's set, and then we'll send you some of them NFT. You know.
Okay. Yeah, I just downloaded Euro. It's been added to my Chrome now, and I have to figure out how to use it all.
oh, that's the app. I thought he was trying to like say like yo, but he kept mistyping it. I thought
No, Euro.
Yeah, no, I thought he was saying yo. I'm like,
why do they have to make these names that nobody can even like understand?
well, just
It's
picture what
so
he's
crazy.
saying there, 'cause I'm reading yo works in lots of browsers. I'm like,
Now, there's
yeah,
there's a code when you set up the wallet. They're gonna make you write down like a whole bunch of words.
Yeah.
Right. Like write that shit down. Take a picture of it with your phone. Write it down. Put it somewhere else. Because if your computer ever goes down, the only way you're getting back into that wallet is to have that 25-word code or 15.
That is honestly the one thing that I remembered. That, you know, that's one thing that when I was listening to like the 5,000 like video talk, and these guys were like big time nerd heads. They were all financial economists, and they were like, you know, NFT is this and NFT is that and whatever. Yes.
I swear to goodness, I just had this like vibe in my mind that we should mention the Creepsters.
The Creepsters.
That's another campaign going on right now.
That's a bit creepy.
I haven't
that's
seen
the
Soy
Creepsters
Rage.
because
No,
I
don't
want
get
the
me
little
wrong.
doll, the little cute little doll.
Yes,
And you know what? Wait, stop there, because I'm watching Intense. He's like, Pop's sister will be at my house tomorrow night. So no, tomorrow night is not going to work for him. But maybe during the weekend,
he said
even
not
next
sure
week,
yet.
you
He
know?
said not sure yet because they're supposed to get there after midnight tonight. Not sure what's going on tomorrow, but Bryce is the other third person in this tripod, so them being in the same place is a real good thing for having a conference call.
Gotcha. All right, Christopher, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Hi.
Forgot.
Hi.
I was talking about Creepsters because I just had a vibe.
Oh, Creepsters and the doll. Oh my God.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to remember all the little campaigns I want to mention. Creepsters is like pushing up to 5,000 right now. And it's a fun little
Like that cracks me up. How do they do that? What are we not doing?
Okay, so
that's
number
really
one,
what I need to
number
know.
one, I've already told you, these guys stream almost 14 hours a day.
No,
if I
that's
was
not
to
it.
quit my job and seriously buckle down and draw and stream and draw and stream, in other words, if I spent 8 hours a day streaming, we could sell books at a much higher rate.
If you spent 8 hours a day streaming, you would not be drawing, and I don't believe that crap.
This is a conversation I have with many people that art and stream. Okay. If you guys are all going to go out here and promote yourselves, I can go play golf. Okay. I'm doing this so that you can art and I'll promote.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's why I put my time in. Okay. The more of these streams that pop up, the less reason I got to be out here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seriously, it's like the more streams come up, the more audiences are split, the less people are looking at everybody's stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The less people are looking at everybody's stuff because there's 15 streams tonight. And he's talking about his own book. And he's talking about his own book. And each of them got their own fans there. And there's no fan cross promotion. There's no interaction going back and forth. That's why I pop from stream to stream, sharing them all to the madness. So somebody can go to madness and they can look and see everything that's on tonight, right? But if I got to compete with everybody who's got a book as well as everybody who promotes books, I'm not going to have a spot out here anymore.
Well, I just don't, honestly, for Chris and I, like, I know that's his thing. He's like, I need to stream more. I need to stream more. I'm like, I get that, but I think we need to be on other people's shows more. I think we need to get on people's shows with bigger.
So much on your own channel. It's being on everybody else's.
So, Chris, when I say, hey, we're going to be on Pops on X night at this time, I don't want to hear no grumbling. Because I want to sell your books. I want to sell you.
Now, I'm not saying don't do draw streams, because draw streams are great to build your own audience.
He left.
Okay?
He
but
left
not
me.
shill streams.
Yeah.
You don't want to shill. You don't want to be stuck shilling your own book on your own channel all the time, because you're just going to have your own fans.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
you want to go out
that.
to other streams and get fans from other
And
streams.
Rick has said that from day one. Christopher, you return to the stream right now, or you're going to be in big trouble with me. Stop. Because he hates it. He hates going on. He is a nervous wreck, you guys. You should see him. You should see him before any stream.
Dude,
like,
where'd all that hair go?
Oh my God. We cut it off in Testify stream. It's coming back. It was so long and beautiful.
I cut it back for the funding of Cluster Fudge 1. We shaved it to the skin.
Shaved it.
You do it again. For
No,
Cluster Fudge 2.
no, I'm not doing it again.
It's
I
really
actually
not long
like
enough
his
to
hair
justify
long.
it.
We did
It's
it to
not that
Rich
long
too.
yet.
It's okay. We did it to Rich too.
Yeah, that's what Rich was saying. He did say that.
We
He
got
actually
it.
mentioned that. He did mention
But
that
like-
once. He goes, yeah, I did it too.
Like
But
another
this is why it's hard
stream
to
that
do
I,
streams. I don't have the hair anymore.
if you can get a few good pictures of Cluster together, like I said, going on Drawn and Quartered Fan Edition is, I think, a real good way to get your thing out there. And then you have a bunch of artwork too, fan art, of Cluster. And
Well, Cluster is interesting because Cluster has a ending that's coming, and it's weird because we're kind of an independent publishing thing ourselves, so like there are other projects coming, and so it's weird. I don't know how to explain it. So I'll be diving into Cluster Fudge 3 in about 3 or 4 days here, which will make me really depressed again.
I shouldn't laugh.
What's that?
I said I shouldn't laugh. I chuckled.
No, it's okay. You can, because it's almost like self-inflicted. But once we get past that, I have some weird topics I'd love to do comics about, but I haven't touched. And in a way, it's all to stretch my art. I want to try to get into, basically proving. I'm tired of getting, the snickers and the laughs. It's time to start burning some tracks and showing some guff and drawing up some wicked stuff. And it's not that I don't have flashes and moments, but people don't know about it. So it's you got to start building up that I don't know, whatever you want to call it, arsenal of artwork, and just digging in and going for it. And that's, kind of what I want to do. So when Diana and I talk about full-time work in the publishing field, I think it does. See, that's the tricky part, because it does kind of involve getting involved in a lot of streams, whether it's on whoever's channel. If you're on it, it's good to be on with you. But if you're not on, then it's okay, so you either have to find another show or jump on your own. And I know that marketing my own website, in the long run never hurts.
No,
it's hard to get people to go.
You want to do a draw stream. You definitely want to do those, but you don't want to be stuck in your own bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You want to expand your bubble.
Have a big enough bubble to make it worth it. Like EVS maybe. But even he suffers where he has to go out and get new viewers, because eventually, the audience will get stale and evaporate.
That's what I mean. You got to keep it entertaining. I'm surprised people still want to watch me 20 months in, dude. I ain't lying.
Well, the thing that makes your show though is the variety. Like I never would have saw Gradient Sight if not for your show. That's another, that's just a prime example. Because it's not the kind of comic book I would normally go, oh, let me check the video out on this. But because I was taking that whole comic madness, and at the end of it, all of a sudden you hear the little piano and the woman's soft voice talk, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna watch this.
I'm laughing at intense. He goes, from now on and henceforth, you and Demo Diana shall be known as two sticks of dynamite. What have you done to us?
Well, Chris,
I see a byline there.
Think about it like
I
this.
see a show title there.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Listen.
Forgetting out
Burning
there.
it from both ends with two sticks of dynamite.
Oh God. No.
Chris,
crickets.
How did you guys find out about me?
I had an angel knock on the window, and it said, "Hey."
You came to us through Lorenzo, and
yeah, I know that, but I came
That's how.
to you through Lorenzo, but it was because you did a thing on, Christian comic book. And how did you find out
well
about
taken.
So the way
taken.
I found out about you, if I'm not mistaken, was through random posts that I caught on Twitter. Whether that was Cross Comics Daily Verse or perhaps it might have been a demo for your coloring book, like a ad for it that you posted. But it was definitely some activity that I think I saw because Lorenzo shared it. And when I saw it, I thought, oh, this is cool. I got to get this. And I got involved in that's how I found you.
We all found each other from somebody else's stream or somebody else's network,
So my job is to set up streams for him to go on, and he drags me with him, so you get me as well. Sorry, it's just the way we roll.
Well apart.
I encourage whole teams. I'd rather we get the artist, the writer, the editor, as many of your team as you can get when you come out on my show. I'll give you an hour if you're bringing the whole team. If you come out by yourself, you get 30 minutes, right?
Right.
Well, the thing Diana doesn't understand so much, and she does, but I think she's being merciful, is there's a whole world that people want to know about when they talk about dealing with a 52-year-old autistic man who refuses to say that really I'm an Aspie, but they've labeled me high-functioning autistic. And a lot of times people say, well, that's just, whatever. That's a personality quirk, whatever. Miss Diana could tell you stories of living with this crazy Asperger's thing for the last 15 years.
You have no idea.
Yeah, and it's not intentional. It's not that I'm trying to be a major, dickhead or something. It's just that. No, I'm really not, honey. It's that the way I think, the way that I process is often in conflict with the way she intends things to come out. And it's not just her, it's the whole world. So I'll come home sometimes and I'm dark as night. And she's like, why are you so upset? And I'll just start telling her stupid things that have upset me. And she just kind of looks at me like, okay, I can tell when she's doing it. She goes into Asperger's dealing mode and she kind of therapizes me back into a normal state of mind so I can eat dinner. And she does it to my daughter as well, who also has Asperger's, autistic. But so she's got therapeutic qualities to how she handles this family and how she handles me. And whenever it comes up, people want to know a lot more.
This is why I build. This is why I use tools.
This is why
you demolish. That's why you're
she gets out a lot of energy that way.
But that's the behind the scenes stuff that people don't know. So sometimes I do drag my feet to get him on a stream because I'm dealing with all this stuff in the background. We have another stream. I have to draw. And it goes on and on. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just not going to leave. I'm going to have a glass of wine. I'm going to go chill. I'm going to do what it takes to get me in my zen,
Well, the psychological reality is most artists are artists because they're not so much about going out in public and performing. Otherwise, they'd be actors and performers and singers.
Yeah, no,
So
COVID changed that game for you too, brother. You got to
it really has.
Self-promote.
Yep. So a lot of us are really fish out of water trying to learn how to look like we're naturals at it. You know what I mean?
And that was why I started doing what I was doing. I'm like, look, I got a buddy, right? He works 9 to 5. He comes home, he arts for a couple hours, and then he wants to go out here on social media and try to tell everybody what he's about. It's the middle of the night. He's tired. He's got to get up tomorrow and go back to work. It's like, look, I'm out here all day talking about what you guys do. I don't have no 9 to 5 getting in the way. It's there. You see what I'm saying?
You have the time to do it. Exactly.
I give my time because I know you guys don't have that time.
And ladies and gentlemen,
and you're good at it.
Hold up. At the same time, I totally appreciate people like you guys that appreciate that my time has value.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Of course.
I love you guys. You guys get it.
Love you guys too.
Yeah. So Diana just needs to start booking the appointments for the streams and saying we've booked the appointment, Chris. We're going on whether you like it or not.
Right? Oh, I do tell them that. I'm like, you know what? I'll go alone. I'll go by myself. I'll talk about your books. I don't know half the things that you do, but I'll go and do it because we made a commitment. That's what you've always told me.
That's what she did to me this weekend. She had to do it twice because the first time we were just going to sell books, and I was like, come on, we could send a UPS.
Do you know that our books are in? It's a local store. It's called That's Entertainment. It's a big comic book store in our area in Worcester and Fitchburg, right? We had to go Saturday night to drop off to sell a crap load of books because they wanted them. They're big supporters of indie artists. He gave me gruff about that.
Wait a minute. Wait. That's Entertainment is the name of the comic shop?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, check it out. If they're big fans of indie comics, then I'll hook them up with Barry and at Liberty Entertainment Distribution. Get some Arrow 4.0 comics over there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
This is what I try to do. I try to network. Now, Chris, I'm going to tell you right now, if there's ever a stream that you want to go on and Diana's not there and you're nervous, I'll go out there with you anytime, bro.
There you go. See, you guys made a pal up with you.
He can't hold my knee. Diana sits next to me and she grabs my knee when I start getting up my
I can try to make you feel comfortable while you're showing your book.
Oh, Chris, I can't believe
maybe we can play digital footsie while we do it, Pops. She does. It is totally different.
You didn't have to tell people that. No,
Hey,
that's not like out in the world, okay? But
See, Doris, the same thing. Doris says she'll sketch with you. You know, we'll help you. We'll help you just roll on through what you're doing, man. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
I wish it was that easy, and maybe it will be. I'll try, but it's like, I can't really describe what it's like to be me sometimes.
He gets nervous. He has.
It's not
nervous.
You know what? It's not. I get nervous when I go on somebody's show that I've never met. You know, because you never know what it's going to be like. You know, maybe you've watched them a few times. But it's different because this is your time to shine your book. You know, like ask Timothy about the first time he came on my show.
Do you remember Eric's show? Do you remember Eric with the
so many F-bombs?
Rick, who's that guy you set us up with?
Sketchbook?
The super artist. No, the guy who drew Cyclopean.
Oh, Eric Minotowski.
Yes. That was the most intimidated I ever was.
He was scared to death, and Eric's one of the nicest guys ever.
He is.
He is
but
such
I was
a
terrified
sweetheart.
because he's one of the greatest little artists I've ever seen. He has
He's
a heart of
amazing.
gold, and he loves the Lord. And I'm like,
That's
oh,
Century,
don't
right?
let Cluster Fudge offend you,
Name of his
brother.
book?
Don't let it. What's that?
The name of his book is Century.
Yeah, Century.
Eric has been in CromCon. He was either at CromCon 2 or CromCon 3.
Yeah.
But the name of his book, Century?
Yeah.
I think it's Century.
Yeah. Something Century, I think.
Good stuff.
He's a beautiful.
amazing.
Yeah, he's a beautiful artist, and I mean, like, to go on his show, I was just like, okay, I'm like so super humbled. I don't even think I can like promote my camera, let alone my artwork. You know what I mean? I was like, wow. And we did. We went through fine. But like when you talk about being nervous, that was the one that I was most nervous before. I was like, oh Lord, this is going to be hard. Help me. And it went fine. But yeah, that's the one.
And I told Chris that. I said he's awesome.
Yeah, he really is.
Most of the people that do what I do are good enough at what they do to make their guests feel comfortable. There's a few people that like to twist the screws on their guests. I don't do that. I want you guys to sell books. That's all.
The best interview I think we've ever done or been involved in was RJ. That man knows how to walk an interview through the sweetest tulips. And it's funny because Lorenzo has the same skill, but he doesn't really do interviews. Lorenzo will come in and kind of commandeer the chat and lead the questions. Like,
he's
I love when we have a campaign going and we forget to push it. And he'll go, so Chris, do you have a crowdfunder that you're doing right now or something?
He's amazing. I love Lorenzo.
And you're thinking to yourself, I know you backed it. You're leading me into this thing.
It's true.
And you do it too, but I haven't been as involved with you. So like I think of Lorenzo and RJ, like, oh yeah, those guys, they walk you right through. And
he's one of the best.
Actually, I hope Lorenzo's okay. We haven't seen him tonight.
I share all RJ shows. He's one of the best. Dude, send me a shirt, Critical Blast shirt. Where am I supposed to wear that, RJ? When I'm on your show.
Oh, Diana, look what you did.
Yeah, dude, I'm wiped out. I've been up.
I got to get going because it's 10 of 11. Guys, please note, I normally end at 10. But this has been such an amazing show, and we've had such cool people coming on. I stayed till almost 11. I thought that was pretty
cool. Honey, guess how many backers we got?
None.
No, we have 9.
Oh, yeah, we do have 9. I'm like,
so listen, guys, we love you. Don't worry about it. The backers are going to go up. We're in the middle drought.
Yeah. You know how they're going to go up, Chris? You're going to get on other shows.
Yes, Rick.
Yeah, you'll not be nervous. Yeah, you might be nervous, but you'll get through it. This too shall pass.
Yeah, man, go out and talk about your book. That's all. I mean, that's really all it is. You just go out here and you tell people what you got. Your book's great. I mean, the story's amazing. It's just people got to hear about it.
Right.
So
I have to set up some streams. I'll be doing that this week.
And we will set up that phone conversation for you and as soon as possible.
Hey, honey?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Honey, make sure they're fresh water. I don't want no salty streams. Just fresh water.
You're not funny. Do you see anybody laughing?
No. I'm laughing a little.
Ha 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 ha.
You have to get to 1,200 subs before you can do salty streams.
That
way, when you lose the 100 right away for changing your format, it doesn't knock you underneath the 1,000 subscriber platform. Wait till you get to 1,200, and then you can be salty.
There you go.
And he left again.
Oh,
he's back.
Oh.
There he goes.
All right.
Again.
Did we end broadcast?
Not yet.
No, we're still live.
Okay.
You can end it.
I don't know what happened to him, but I am going to end. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for the rewatches. Cluster Fudge 2. Back it, please. All right. God bless y'all. Good night.
Peace.